Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Masters Show Live. Good to have you with us. We are on live right now. It is Saturday night. We're going to have a good time tonight. We have amazing guests joining me in just a moment. Wonderful viewers from all around the world who make this show so special for me and for all of you. You're watching live from wherever you are. So many people watching the United States, Canada, but we have an incredible amount of viewers in Europe, Africa, Australia, Asia. It's amazing as everybody just continues to tell everybody about this entertainment lifestyle talk show series. We are getting ready to enter our 15th week of nonstop live broadcasts every single night. When I tell people every single night, when I even tell people that are colleagues of mine in this industry, they're like, what? Don't you do it just like once a week or three times, twice a week, maybe once or twice a month? I'm like, no, we're on nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's right, live here at the Jim Masters Show Live. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of viewer interaction. We have amazing guests. On location we go. We've been to many places on location. We do food segments, music, television, Broadway, Hollywood, science, nature, inspiration, health, wellness, sports, whatever it is, we celebrate it. And again, as a professional television, radio personality and host, journalist, actor, writer, producer, voiceover artist, and stage MC, this is the kind of work I've done for years. So for years, so many people have said, Jim, why don't you create something like this? So now with everything being, as it has been, this was a perfect opportunity to build the home studio and get all the equipment. We did a major studio upgrade just a couple of weeks ago and turn on the lights and come to you live nightly with our entertaining lifestyle talk show series. And it's truly been a blessing. It continues to be a blessing. We've had so many wonderful conversations with amazing guests. You can see all of the episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live series on YouTube at Jim Masters TV. That's right. And there's other cool things on there too, like Masters Mantras, which are these inspirational videos that I've done for a long time. Some of my professional work is on there as well. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can as well. It doesn't cost anything. I don't know why they say subscribe, because it doesn't cost anything. You just click the red subscribe button. That'd be really cool, because you can be notified when we upload content, and we're really packing that YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, with lots of content. And so you'll be never missing anything. And if you click on that notification bell, every time we do upload something, you'll be the first to know. A lot of people like to binge watch the shows if they can't catch it live. You know what's really cool? When people Facebook me or they message me and they say, oh, Jim, we're out to dinner. Or Jim, we're at this thing, or Jim, we have this thing we have to do. And they apologize if they can't see the show live. I think that's really amazing because, you can see it in the archives and it's there. But a lot of people like to be here because they like the feeling of it being live. I mean, we can talk to each other right now. We're very viewer centric, very viewer interactive. The guests are here live. But if you miss anything and you want to see anything again, you can see it all in the archives at Jim Masters TV. So thanks to everybody who's been celebrating the show, having watch parties, tagging each other, sharing the links. We post in advance on the Facebook page, Jim Masters TV, and on YouTube at Jim Masters TV, as well as Twitter and Instagram at Jim Masters TV. Topics, guests, announcements about the show, promotional announcements in advance of the shows. So if you want to see some of the guests that are coming up in the next couple of nights, Cuneo is coming up tomorrow. That's going to be incredible. He's really an amazing singer and actor and dancer. I interviewed him many times when he was with Under the Street Lamp on PBS. He has his own solo career. So he's coming on tomorrow night live, and it's going to be really, really cool. We have wonderful guests tonight, Ann and Randy Dorman. They are music industry legends. They have sent a wealth of incredible material, which we appreciate them sharing. And we're going to go through some of that tonight with you and their illustrious careers, the wonderful relationship, decades with the one and only Kenny Rogers, and so many industry and music veterans. They have a beautiful recording studio, photography studio. They do artist management, development, branding. Really cool people. They're in beautiful Tennessee, and they're all settled in their nice home on their couch with their beverages of choice. Of course, on this show, we greet everybody and we toast the audience to you and you and you and you and you. We welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. Nice and refreshing. We hope you guys are doing well, and all of your cast of characters are here. If you haven't seen the last couple of nights, we're very excited because we actually have a Gilligan, an authentic Gilligan from Gilligan's Island doll coming in our direction from the wonderful Dreamer Denver. She was an amazing guest a couple of nights ago. We had such a phenomenal extended conversation. She says, Jim, you've got all these cast of characters on your show. You need to have Gilligan on your show. She's shipping Gilligan. Gilligan is coming. We've got an authentic Gilligan doll from the series coming here soon, probably in the mail next week. Can't wait. We'll debut him on the show from Dreamer Denver, who's, of course, Bob Denver, who played Gilligan's wife. George Burns is here, and George says hello, and he greets all of you. He's been a part of our show almost since the beginning. We did it on a nostalgic night, and we brought him on. He's there with his cigar, and he says hello. He greets everybody, and we're so happy to have him here as well. And again, these if I don't show these cast characters, everybody says, where are they? Jeannie's here as well. She says hello to you. You see her in there? She's blinking at you in the authentic Jimmy Genie bottle. And of course, Silver's here, who we got on a TV shoot in Switzerland. He's our mascot here. Look at him, huh? He's very happy to see everybody. This show is all about light, levity, love, or as we have coined it by accident, lovity. And all the lovities are watching right now. I see a lot of comments already. So he greets you as well. And he's sort of like our mascot, Silver, from Switzerland, the Silver Lab. And of course, Jimmy is here. Everybody loves Jimmy the Clown. Jimmy is here. There he is. He says hello. He greets all of you. If you're afraid of clowns, don't worry. Jimmy is a happy clown. Jimmy is a friendly clown. We wouldn't have him on set otherwise. He's here. He actually was a childhood toy, and we saved him like we did the baseball cards and the Matchbox cars. So he's here as well. And he greets you. Good to have everybody here. Hope you guys are doing well. And again, we go Hollywood here. I need either more arms or I need to be an octopus. I've been saying that lately. We go big time. Lights, camera, and action on the Jim Masters Show Live. So we'll do that accordingly. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. I am your host, Jim Masters. Lights, camera, and action. All right. We're going to get entertainment like that on a Saturday night or any night. Again, it's just a lot of fun. We enjoy doing this, and we have some great entertainment and all kinds of cool things we do on the show. We're going to greet some of our viewers. We like to acknowledge the viewers as well. And again, as I've mentioned, we have amazing guests that are coming up in just a moment, live and direct from their home and in beautiful Tennessee. And I'm very excited to have them here. Looking at these comments, it's amazing. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show. Thank you very much, Crystal Nolan in Connecticut. It's good to see you. Good evening. Michelle Yolette is watching. Hello. She's watching on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel as well. We love that. Thanks, Michelle. Good to see you here. Christine Clifton is here. Happy Saturday to you, Jim and Lovities. All the Lovities and all those joining for the first time as well. We welcome you. We welcome our faithful flock of Lovities, and we welcome you as well. If you're watching tonight, you're now inducted into the Lovity Hall of Fame. Lovity Hall, Danilo in San Diego calls this Lovity Hall. So good to see you, Christine. Maggie Perry's music. Love you guys. That's terrific. You love Ann and Randy. We love you too, and welcome. Good to have you here watching on YouTube. Give us a nice love and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Hope you'll be a regular viewer. We're on every night with great entertainment and great talk. Avril is here. Avril Britton watching in Hampshire, United Kingdom. Hi, Jim and everyone. Sending you guys all the lovity in the world. Boy, she nailed it with all those hearts and the GB for Great Britain. And she's got the flowers and the stars. Good to see you there in Europe. I know you're an avid fan. You've been watching religiously, Avril, and we appreciate that. You also comment and post on my Facebook page as well. And I get so many messages on Instagram and Facebook from people who are loving this show and enjoying it and being inspired by it. And I appreciate your telling everybody there in the United Kingdom. It's good to see you. Merlin, it's good to see you as well. Hi, Jim and everyone. Hi to you in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. Hope you're having a good evening as well. Go Annie and Randy from Maggie Perry's Music. That is a great way to begin. Willie is here. Hello, Jim. Have a nice show. Thank you for the tulips. There are your Dutch tulips as well. If you're new to the show, it's like 1:15 a.m. in Holland in the Netherlands, and Willie stays up all day, or she'll take a nap just so she watches this entertainment lifestyle talk show series. She never misses it, which is amazing. So Willie, these are the Dutch tulips just for you. Thank you very much for your loyalty, and you're still viewer of the week. That's right. We're celebrating her as viewer of the week. Each week we pick a new viewer and we celebrate them for their loyalty and faithfulness to the show. I think that's an old school thing to do, but I think it's something people should do. They should acknowledge the people that watch and support just by viewing and celebrating the show. So that's what helps the show grow, and that's what helps us to continue to bring more entertainment into your life and inspiration just by you guys sharing the show and telling everybody about it. So Willie, thanks, and good to see you as well. Pamela Perkle. Hi, Jim. Pamela from Kansas City. Good to see you in Kansas City. I hope the weather is there okay. I know there is the, the Dorico, I think, that went through Iowa. Renee Oscom was talking about terrific storm that came through the Midwest, Illinois and Iowa. And it created some sort of a weird, most like a hurricane or something that came through Iowa. So last night after the show, I was watching some of these videos of some of the coverage of this Dorico, I guess they call it. It's like a hurricane that happens inland, roofs being ripped off and trees knocked down and power lines in Iowa and Illinois, places like that where you don't normally see it. We had a major tropical storm that came through here, which was a little wacky. And that was last week. And that did a lot of, we were good, here, but people in the Northeast and the Middle Atlantic and East Coast got hit hard. So let's see, Pamela is here. We got Pamela. Good to see you. Willie, you're a 20-year grandmother. Congratulations. That's very nice. That's terrific. Congratulations. Family is always the best. And in addition to that, you are the viewer of the week. And also, I think this is show number 62, like 62 straight shows you've been enjoying, which is amazing. Hi, Jim and Alice from Southern California. Good to see you, Alice. Welcome to the show. Hope things are good there in SoCal. Nice flowers for Willie. Everybody's saying hello. This is great, Jim, every night. Thank you very much, Alice. I'm glad that you're enjoying that. And all the lovities from Christine in North Carolina. That's right. That's right. Jennifer, good to have you with us as well. Jen always likes to be Zen. So Jen is Zen. Steve Joyner is here watching in California. Good to see you, Steve, as well. Welcome to the show. And Carla, hi from South America. That's right. You're watching in Brazil, which is very, very cool. You're here. I know you're always here on Saturday nights, and you've been with us a couple of nights during the week too, Carla. And we love that. That's terrific. We'll give you flowers too for watching in beautiful South America in lovely Brazil. Nice to see you, and thanks for watching all the time. We've got great guests tonight too. Marilyn watching in Wichita, Kansas. Hello, Jim and everybody. Good to see you, Marilyn. I hope you're doing well. And Johnny's here again, too. That's really cool. Johnny Tomorrow was here last night. Wait, 2 nights in a row. I know the guests love it. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Awesome. Good to have you with us, Johnny. Willie says, I must see your show because I cannot sleep. You are my storyteller. Well, I appreciate that. It means a lot. That means a lot. Jennifer says, Jim, thank you for doing your studio nights last night. Yes, that's something that Jennifer asked twice, and we did it last night, where we turn the studio lights off and we just have all the backlighting. And it's pretty cool because the backlighting becomes really deep and you really see the colors of the backlighting. It's almost like a fireside chat. The only thing we were missing were s'mores. Everybody's cheering and toasting, and everybody's toasting each other. My pleasure. I'm glad that the show is here for you, and I'm glad you're here for the show. Happy Saturday, everyone, from Ann, watching in Southern California as well. Good to see you, Ann. Welcome. Yes, I know, Garth. He worked with George Burns. Isn't that amazing? And I'm having a ball working with George, too. My sidekick. I know he's got a wonderful story with the one and only George Burns, I tell you. Good to have you with us on the show, Garth, watching on the YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Feel free to give it a subscribe. Congratulations. 15 weeks. Continue the many blessings. Thank you very much, Crystal in Connecticut. In New York City, Kathleen Walker. Hi, Jim and all. Thank you very much. It's great to have you with us as well. You're going to love our guests and the show as a whole. Kathleen, I hope you're doing well in New York. Toasting from Ann. Thank you very much. Ken likes George, Jeannie, and Silver and Tulips. Cool. That's great. Hi to Silver. Or should it be hi-oh Silver, right? Christine's drinking Gatorade. Sis is watching in Florida. Hey, Lori. Love you. Hi, Jim. She's watching in Florida with the family. Maggie Perry's music. This is so exciting. I'm glad you're excited. This is how we do the show every night. Lots of excitement. Hi from Ed and Nancy. Ed and Nancy Decker. Welcome to the show. Good to have you guys here. Hope you'll subscribe to that YouTube channel you're on, Jim Masters TV. You can see all the episodes. More great guests here or viewers, lovities. You're all lovities now. That's what the viewers have deemed. Anybody that watches the show, you're a lovity. Gage is here. Hey, Gage, good to see you. Welcome. That's a cool profile picture you have, Gage. Cool. Nice to have you here. And Jessica, the other half. Good evening, Jim. Can't wait for the show tonight. Gallatin, Tennessee. Oh, that's awesome. Happy you guys are watching on the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Give it some love and subscribe if you can. We love that. Good evening, Jim. Can't wait for the show tonight. Gallatin, Tennessee. Beautiful Tennessee. Christine says, cheers to you and all the lovities. Welcoming Ann and Randy. Fantastic. Get a couple more here. Willie says she's watched 66 shows straight. That is unbelievable. That is fantastic. And Christopher Baker's here. Hey, Christopher, welcome back. Good to have you with us on the Jim Master Show Live. Good to see you as well. So there's many more comments here, but we'll go through them, during the course of the show. We like to show your comments when you welcome the guests and when you have cool things to say. If you have any questions for the guests or me, feel free to put them in the comments, and we'll try to get to those if we can. I'm very excited that we have the guests that we have this evening. Again, this is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series as done like an actual television show that you would see on TV. It's not a podcast. It's an actual television style show. The guests that I have been together for a good long time and for a good reason. They're wonderful people. They love each other. They have a fabulous business together. And my very special guests, I call them music industry legends. They are, because they've worked with, they've assisted, they've helped propel, they've themselves become industry legends as well. And Ann, this is Ann and Randy Dorman in beautiful Tennessee. They have they're going to talk about the studio that they have, this phenomenal recording studio set in the beautiful, beautiful scenic mountains of Tennessee. Also, Randy is a prolific photographer, an award-winning photographer, Randy Dorman Photography. We're going to see some beautiful photos he has shared with us here. They've shared some wonderful things with us exclusively. Now, Randy is a guitarist, artist, producer, arranger, and songwriter. And his career has spanned nearly 5 decades, 50 years. Could you imagine if it was 50 decades? He looks darn good for 50 decades. That means I've been on this show for a long time. 5 decades, 50 years. That's a long time in a very tough, demanding business. He began playing guitar at the age of 9 and was gigging in clubs with local bands before he was of legal age. To his work today, helping all types of artists achieve their dreams. They are dream makers, Ann and Randy, for many, many, many people. Help these artists achieve their dreams of having their songs recorded by some of the world's finest musicians in Nashville, Tennessee, such as the Kenny Rogers Band. They've had this wonderful relationship, of course, with Kenny, who we just lost not that long ago. I had an opportunity to meet Kenny as well on PBS, and he was just so authentic, so real, so talented. Randy has received both state and international success for a regional hit on the radio called Her Knows Better But Her, Yes Won't Let Her, with a band he was with in senior year in high school, as well as having his songs played on Korean Airlines Morning Comm Show. Amongst giants such as Larry Carlton, these are some of my favorites, Larry Carlton, Lee Ritenour. I have so many CDs by these guys. The incredible Earl Klugh, love their stuff. Randy's journey to Nashville was via a gentleman by the name of Roy Clark. Yes, the one and only, who invited his family to watch them record Hee Haw. Of course, you know Hee Haw, right? Buck Owens, Roy Clark. Randy liked Nashville so much, he stayed and landed a job with a band called the Brass Monkey. A few years later, and bands later, he did a session that Kenny Rogers was producing, and shortly thereafter was hired, and that was in September of 1977. And a wonderful, brilliant talent herself, she had her own local television show in Virginia Beach, Virginia, which was on Channel 3 in Virginia Beach, called Key to Beauty. She's worked on many music videos, such as Dolly Parton's Honky Tonk Songs, Ray Bolt's One Drop of Blood, John Anderson, Long Hard Lesson Learned, as well as being a spokesperson for a regional campaign for the Vaden Center, heart attack victim for the Centennial Hospital commercial that won a Clio Award, which was expanded to a half-hour mini documentary called Heart Check. She's done commercial and print campaigns for Baptist Hospital, Midlife Matters, the cover of RV Camping World magazine, and so much more. Voiceover work, countless voiceover work for things like Spotland, Life Care Centers, Filmhouse military campaigns, training flag blood drives, and teen suicide prevention. Her training, Meisner technique with Sylvia Harmon. Of course, that's incredible. And scene study and character analysis with Mark Thomas, private coaching for film with Jonathan Martin, professional artist group, soap opera workshop with Tom Palmer, the art of auditioning with J. Karen Thomas and Jesse James, actors symposium with Talia Shire. Of course, remember her from Rocky, Christopher Kane and Kelly Morgan, master auditioning workshop with Tom Todoroff, auditioning for camera with Robin Daugherty, and really incredible. That's Robin Daugherty. You see as a teenager that she actually struggled with shyness and confidence, and her teacher was Julie Kalmus with Charm Associates in Virginia Beach, who helped her with proper etiquette and ability to believe in herself. And that's very important when you have somebody teach you that. She attended those classes every Tuesday and Thursday. She joined the European Health Spa on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. That routine changed her life, and within 3 months, she was at the weight she wanted to be. She learned the ins and outs of modeling, posing, and runway. And her desire as a teacher, which she is to pass this information on to the students so they can achieve their goals, to live a joyful, adventurous life like she's been blessed to have. She says, when you have wisdom, let others light their candle by it. Let She wants to be able to help people light their candle. Well, they are both a ray of light. They are both sunshine. And I tell you, we're going to go through some of these amazing pictures over the years of them. Isn't that a cool picture? That's a lot of happiness there. There was a CD release, I believe, that was happening. They have worked with them all. The greats of the greats is Kenny Rogers, of course. And we'll go through some of these and explain, what you're seeing here as we go along. But I just wanted to welcome them to the show. A very, very talented and creative Ann and Randy Dorman. My pleasure to welcome them to the Jim Masters Show live. Nice and comfy in their homes there in Tennessee. And you've got he's got the camera lenses. She's got, is that tea you have in there?
That is chamomile tea in my tea.
All right.
Cheers.
Ching, ching.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for having us.
It is our pleasure. We've been chatting back and forth, and I know you guys have been so excited to be here on the show, and I really appreciate it, and it's a blessing to have you here. Tell us about, I sort of sprinkled a little bit about each of your individual backgrounds, but let's go back even further. I'll start with you, Randy, this prolific songwriter and an artist and everything that you do, photographer and so much more. When you were a kid, did you always have these sort of interests? Were you always a personality? Were you always creative? Did you always love the arts? Were you always jumping around the house, entertaining everybody? How did it all begin for you, Randy?
Well, I come from a musical background. My mother played steel guitar and she was working with her dad, who I never met. That was my granddad. And he died before I was even born. But I understand he was a great jazz and blues guitarist. And so I think I kind of got some of that from him. I had a choice between a Roy Rogers guitar and a Superman suit when I was about 7. And I chose to fly around the house for a couple of years and actually began picking up the guitar. My brother had broke his arm in a summer fest kind of thing. A summer camp, and he was on a swing and he broke his arm. So the doctor told him to exercise his fingers, and my parents bought him an acoustic Sears guitar. And I just kind of snuck off into the back room and learned to play some chords and that kind of thing, and then moved on to write. My mother says the first song I ever played for her was a song I wrote. So I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't play it today.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was sort of a nice, it just sort of, I was the only one in the family that actually pursued it as a profession.
Yeah.
My brother played bass. My mother played steel. My dad played organ and drums when he was in college. And it's been a wonderful life, a rarefied air to be a sideman for 40 years with an incredible artist like Kenny.
So for you, what came first? Was it the musical background, or because you're a prolific photographer, a brilliant photographer as well? When did the photography start to come into the mix for you as well? Or was the photography first, then the music? Was it, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah. Music was definitely first. And Kenny he's a master photographer. And I had been interested in some photography and was helping him in his photographic studio. We'd shoot in the afternoon in a studio there in Georgia. We'd fly out to the show. And then when we returned home, we'd go into his dark room and develop those things that he'd shot. There's Dwight there. Hey, buddy.
Yes. Yeah, you're getting a lot of fantastic. Dwight as well, dear friend, and Marilyn from Wichita, Kansas is in the house. Marilyn, hello, and Christine is welcoming you to the show, and Merlin in Canada is welcoming you guys. Michelle saying, of course, you worked with the legendary Kenny Rogers. Willie in Holland is watching as well. She's saying hello to you guys. Jennifer is greeting you. Crystal is greeting you. And a whole host of people that they're so generous at making sure they, like I try to do, that the guests are very, very welcome. Cheers from Merlin. Kathleen in New York. Hi, Ann and Randy.
Hey.
Johnny says 2 of my favorite people. Johnny.
Yes, Bruno Bear.
He was in our toy shop production.
Oh, I love Johnny.
Kenny had written. To get back to the photography real quick, Kenny had given me his Olympus camera gear because he was moving on into Nikon. And so I was able to kind of shadow him when we were over in South Africa in '81 and ask him what is it to, how do you frame a picture? How do you do that kind of stuff? And he was basically my mentor for photography and got me started and really nurtured my ability to shoot photographs. And the great thing is, touring with a guy like him for all over the world, I've got some amazing memories of the things that I actually, was able to live through. Maggie Perry there is one of the kids we work with.
Yes, Maggie Perry.
Yes, we see Maggie. Welcome, watching on Jim Masters TV. Jessica as well.
Music video with Maggie.
She's 15.
Wow. Sharon and Carrie Ford say hi.
Hey.
Met along.
I work with Sherry.
Laura
Sharon
Lynn
there. And
Laura Lynn is there. These are moving so fast, I can't keep up with them. Hey, Laura Lynn. Welcome to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel while you're on it. We love that, right? Subscribe to that channel.
Laura Lynn's our bass player's sister. Chuck Jacobs, Laura Lynn. And there's my brother.
Oh, happy birthday, Rick.
Dawn. Hello from Texas. Enjoying the show. Thank you. And birthdays, Rick's birthday?
Yeah.
Rick's birthday.
Rick's birthday, my brother's birthday today.
Well, you know what we do on the show? We sing happy birthday whenever somebody says there's a birthday.
Here we go.
You guys want to do it together?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ricky. Happy birthday to you. And we'll toast Ricky.
Hey. Happy birthday, brother.
Love you, Rick and Dawn.
And you guys had birthdays too, so we're toasting you.
Yeah.
All in the family here. You're now inducted in the Lovety group. You're part of the Loveties.
Loveties.
That's it. It's all Loveties. Ed and Nancy Decker say hello.
In our Bible study.
Love it.
Yeah. And Dwight mentions the birthdays as well. And now they're all wishing you birthdays. And for your grandson, happy birthday, Willie, in the Netherlands as well.
Yeah.
So the photography and the music, you just developed this wonderful love of both that have married together so beautifully, Randy, huh?
Both creative outlets.
Yes.
Which is the thing. Thanks from my brother.
Susan Bradley.
Yeah.
Hey, Susan.
Watching on YouTube.
Big Kenny fans.
She's been over 1,000 shows with Kenny Rogers.
Always bringing roses to the show. It's been more of a family.
Yeah, we call it our musical family.
Oh my gosh. Over the years and all the people that Kenny has brought together.
Yes. I mean, that connection, extraordinary. We'll talk about that with Kenny in a second. But Ann, how about you in Virginia Beach and some of those wonderful opportunities that you've had in Virginia Beach as well? Tell us about, some of those early inspirations for you to be, the unbelievable performer and entertainer and creative as you are as well, Ann.
Well, in 1968, I met Kenny Rogers with the first edition. And he told me about a book called Passages by Gail Sheehy. And I remember the most about the book when one chapter of your life is ended, another is just beginning. So my life has been in chapters. I remember as a teenager, my dad used to take me Saturday afternoons to the Rosalie Theater and at the beach, and they had a double feature, 25 cents for 2 movies, Newsreel and Captain Video, I remember. But I grew up on the classics, on the my love for movies started then, thanks to my dad. And then, of course, the 60s, I had kind of struggled with self-confidence and a little bit of weight. And I met a woman named Julie Calmus with Charm Associates. And she says, Annie, I think in about 3 months' time, if you join a health club and you come and let me mentor you, you can win the Model of the Year. And a contest was coming up in Gross Singers, New York. I'd never ridden a plane before, a little beach girl. And so I said, well, what the heck, I would answer the phone for her. And of course, indulge in her classes. She believed in me. I would go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday to modeling and acting school. And Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I became a member of European Health Spas that were from Leonard Rice and the Mormons out in Salt Lake City, just when health clubs were beginning to happen. And of course, 1965, went to Gross Singers, New York, and won Model of the Year. The trophy was bigger than, almost as tall as I was at 5'8". And I decided, Eileen Ford was a judge, Phil Pegler, who was second in the photographer's world when Bob Avedon was shooting. Oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank now, even with my notes. But I moved to New York City. I had started working in the health clubs, and I went with Francis Gill Agency in New York because I preferred being a big fish in a little pond rather than Eileen Ford, even though she was gracious to me. Little fish in a huge pond.
Right.
And, I lived first in the Barbizon Hotel. Being from a beach town, every time there's a siren, you go to the window to see whose house is on fire or, what's going down in the neighborhood. So I moved over to Fort Lee, New Jersey, and I crossed the George Washington Bridge every day to our Miss Universe spas, which we actually started as a result of my being able to change everything with physical fitness and weight and working with Jack LaLanne. And of course, in the 70s, living in New York, it was just fabulous. I love that city so very, very much. And we even did the toy shop in 1998, right? With Johnny.
Off Broadway.
Yeah, with Bruno there.
At the Beacon Theater.
At the Beacon Theater. And then the 80s, I moved out to Los Angeles. I lived with Kenny. He helped me get my feet pretty much involved there. I also worked at the Sports Connection. So one day, John Diamond, who played Brad Carlton on The Young and the Restless, which I had watched for 15 years. We're working out at the Sports Connection. He goes, what do you do besides this? I said, well, I actually moved here, to study acting and, pursue an acting career. He said, so you've watched The Young and the Rest of Us, Young and the Reckless. I said, yeah, for 15 years. And he says, well, Tom Palmer, who's the casting director for YNR, was doing a training. I've always felt like training was important to me, and I've had some great teachers. He was doing a soap opera workshop, and at the time there was a role open. Brenda Gibson was leaving the show as Jill, and so I said, "How much?" And I drew everything out of the bank, and I had about $100 left for gas in LA, and took Tom Palmer's class at Professional Artist Group, 3-camera shoot, and I just felt so close to the role. Of course, I didn't get it, but when I went in to see him, he said, "You go down the hall. There's a new show called Capital, which is now The Bold and the Beautiful."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I went down the hall. He said, "Now dry up those tears. You know, you go out there in boldness." And I walked down the hall, and they cast me the very next day. I was Senator Foster's wife, all gussied up, and I had a bumper sticker when I went on the lot at CBS because they shot right across the hall from YNR.
Right.
And it said, "My life is a soap opera," because it was.
Still is.
Yes, it is. Still is. I loved it. I knew I had to work at my, work on my craft at the same time, have a job that I knew like the back of my hand, the health and fitness. Worked with Jack LaLanne and his Costa Mesa when the big super spas were opening. And that was great. And I ran out of money about 3 times in Los Angeles. And the 3rd time I called my dad, "Well, how much money do you need?" And of course he said, "I'm sending you a one-way ticket back to the beach to take care of your mom and me. Me and your mother," is what he said. My dad's Italian. And so I did. I came back home to Virginia Beach, worked with the Family Channel and CBN, and it was a beautiful time at Regent University. I had my own school there that I wanted to play it forward, the knowledge that I had and the teachers that I had and the inspiration that people had given me. Sometimes all you need is one person to totally believe in you and help lift you up. Sometimes it takes a team.
That's right.
So,
Takes a village.
it's a lovely village. Yeah.
It's a lovely village.
I got my heart on, and all of our rings are hearts. So we're official loveties. Almost 29 years now.
I was going to say, so how did, with all of this wonderful background that you guys had individually, how did you guys get together? When were you brought together? 29 years.
We knew each other as friends for several years due to Kenny and Mary, when Kenny was married to Mary Ann. And we played tennis.
Yeah,
tennis was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
It was hit and giggle.
So Ann was friends with them because she'd stayed with Kenny and he was helping her, try to pursue some stuff. And we'd play tennis. We were both married to different people at the time. So we became friends over the years. And I'd see her come in, when we were close to a city that we were working. She'd come see the show and stuff. And we'd all just say hi. And then when I went through my divorce and everything, Kenny called Ann and says, "How close are you here? Randy's gone through some kind of a
Richmond, Virginia. How far are you from Richmond, Virginia?"
And wants to, see if you, want to come and just say hey and cheer him up.
Cheer you up.
She invited me to the beach only to move her fish tank, but we moved her fish tank, and that was. And then we started actually seeing each other after the divorce and everything. It
was awesome. I mean, it was. My dad used to say before he went to bed, I was on the phone with Randy. Our phone bills were off the scales, and we'd still be on the phone talking when he got up to get to work at the naval base at 7 a.m. in the morning. He goes, "You need to just marry that guy. You're all going to have the biggest phone bills." And so
we were paying rent with our phone bills.
Yeah, we were. And then Randy explained to me how important his kids were to him. Lindsay was 8 and Brandon was 11. So Christmas of 1991, I came to Nashville to meet the children, and I was so concerned that they would like me and I would like them. And I had 3 suitcases, and my mom says, "You're not coming back, are you?" I said, "Well, it depends on how much the kids like me, and
one of my favorite stories.
And they did.
Yeah, they loved her. One of my favorite stories was the fact that my kids knew that she was in modeling and acting and stuff. So my kids got up early that day to, meet her for the first time, and they got all, my daughter got all dusted up and everything. And Nan comes out in curlers and a robe, and goes,
"No makeup." She had
So she was down to earth for them.
She was, and I was.
That's what I meant.
And the first question she asked me at 8 years old, "Are you going to marry my daddy?" And I said, "I don't know. What do you think I should do?" "Well, he sure is happy, you know." And then that particular night, I was reading her some bedtime stories, and Randy said, "One more story." And I read her, I think it was Cinderella or something like that. And I went to turn out the light, and she said, "Annie, if you don't marry my daddy, will you move across the street and be my neighbor?" That was it.
Wow. That's amazing.
We told him on January 30th, we were thinking about getting married, and we wanted to have him in the wedding. And they said, "When?" And we said, "Tomorrow, New Year's Eve."
Yeah, that way I don't forget our anniversary ever. And everybody celebrates with it. It's just an amazing thing. Fireworks and everything every year.
Every year. So Lindsay was in the wedding, and Brandon was in the wedding. It was very small. And our guitar player at the time, Rick Harper, was the videographer. It was just like the four of us. And
it was very low key and very special.
And beautiful. Randy had put music to some of my poetry. And so we used an original song that I was going to sing with him, but I just got the boo-hoos and didn't want to run 15 layers of mascara. And so
it was before waterproof mascara.
I know.
Right.
And it was just, it was joyous. When
That's what Tammy Faye Baker used, right?
That's
It was
right.
waterproof.
Waterproof.
It was permanent. She did the permanent.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was really, really, really special. I've been in SAG-AFTRA for 45 years. I got my AFTRA card on Capitol. Whoop, there it is.
So do you know Carla Contreras?
Yeah.
She was just on two nights ago, and we had a phenomenal conversation.
The whole show. That's where you found out it was Ann's birthday.
That's my
That's
yaya.
right, it was Carla. So you guys were on.
I am
was-
on the, yeah,
She's
I'm on
wonderful, isn't she? She's a real hoot.
She's great.
Yeah.
One of our favorite people.
She's my yaya. And when I first went to my first SAG, her name was Dara Mealy. And I raised my hand. You know, I had been in LA and New York. And I said, "What do you think of Nashville?" And she says, "Well, right now it's a state of mind." And I agreed. And
That
she
was
said,
back in 91.
yeah, she said,
Right.
"You wait 20 years. I said, 20
gonna
years,
be.
I'm going to be 60 something. And almost it was 20 years to the date when they started filming Nashville here. So it was kind of like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I've served on the board with Carla,
Meant
board
to
of
be.
directors of SAG-AFTRA Nashville for 3 years now, and I love it. And I'm heading up the season seniors committee, which we haven't been able to meet because of the pandemic. But you know, there's such an incredible talent pool, and when they say we're in this
Nashville's
together,
become a hub. Yeah, Nashville's become a hub. Music and television and absolutely. So tell us about this phenomenal, beautiful recording studio that you guys have right there.
Well,
That's I know near and dear to your heart.
yeah, when I joined Kenny in 77, we started, Lucille was just hitting the top of the charts or going up the charts. And I kind of credit myself for when I joined him is why he became such the success he is, you know. Anyway, I knew I came from a jazz background. So I knew I needed some kind of an additional musical outlet. So I bought myself a 4-track tape recorder and stuff. And over the course of time, you know, I keep upgrading. And before I knew it, we were full-blown studio and can record demos or masters or whatever we need to do for the people that we're working with now. And we've got some incredible young people that we work with, like Maggie and Macy Ruggiero and
Lucas Celebrity.
He's done 30, 40 videos now.
He has 55 YouTube videos.
55.
This kid.
I mean,
Wow.
Yeah.
We met him when he's 9 and he's 20 now.
He's 20 now.
So it's just been it's it's true. It's more of a blessing to us to see them prosper and grow as much as it is, you know, us having any kind of success. It's almost more fulfilling for their success based upon what little we did to help. And it's not saying that we did everything, you know. We give them the tools to work with, and then they run out and do whatever they can do with it. And we help them along the way. There's Jill Miller. She's
yes,
a Christian singer-songwriter and does a lot of women conferences. That's us in the studio.
Yeah, that's a studio.
Yeah, that's the recording
studio. Yeah, which is fantastic. And there's also the photography studio too, right? You have that as well, where you do all the different beautiful photographs.
Yeah, my mother, when she was living with us, and she passed back in March of 2018, was it?
I think so.
And
yep, God made or man made.
Anyway, when they moved all the bed and all that stuff out, I said, you know, I was doing everything in my kitchen. I had a movable wall that I'd have to set everything up and to do photo shoots and stuff. So when she had passed on and the room was available at that point in time, we decided to convert it into a professional, you know, photographic studio that we can just walk into, shoot. We do a lot of live on tape, or not live on tape. Well, we've done live on tape, but we've done, you know, where everybody's auditioning now.
Self-tapes.
Yeah, self-taping.
Yeah, that's right. Self-taping is huge now. Merlin asks Randy, which craft you like the best? The music side of things, the photography, are they equal for you, or does one speak to your heart more?
I would say they're fairly equal. Of course, my livelihood was based upon the music side. Howsoever, I became Kenny's meet and greet photographer in 2009. And the cell phones had just come out and people were trying to get picked. You know, they'd hand their friend, hey, take my picture with Kenny. And, you know, then the screen would go black and they'd have to leave Kenny. And Kenny finally told Gene Roy, our tour manager, said, you think Randy would want to do this for me? And so then we could, you know, he was still gracious to every single person that came through, but we were able to get 30, 40, 50 people through before the show.
Meets and greets. And
and I would do that. And then
what years were you doing that?
From 2009 till 2017 when he retired.
I wonder if we saw each other, because I was at a PBS event with Kenny at the Oakdale Theater in Connecticut, and they did that very thing where they had I was, you know, with PBS, but for the super fans who had supported the programming at a certain level, they got to go in the back, VIP, and they had the setup, and he was there, and they were able to come through and get their shots. And
I probably saw you there and didn't even know it.
This is a small world, huh?
It gets smaller. The older you get, the smaller and smaller.
It's so many people we end up knowing, and that was very, actually, because I've been a part of a lot of those meets and greets, usually as a host or an MC or something. And some of them can get a little nutty and crazy, and they're not so organized. That one was very, very well. It was a well-oiled machine. Kenny was happy. The folks coming through that were so happy to see him were very happy as well. And then I chatted with him after, and we got our shot too. But it was after, you know, we had everybody come through first. But it was very, very well done. It was smooth, and he was just there. You know what I mean? He was so authentic and so warm and welcoming to everybody as well. He stayed till every single person was taken care of.
That's right. That's
somebody else that does that too, that I had an opportunity to actually interview on television, on public television. And I remember there was a night that he was doing a meet and greet, and it was for his fabulous concert. And he stayed. The only people left were this person, the representative from the public television station, a couple of assistants that were carrying boxes of the CDs, and me. And it was Chris Bodie.
Oh, yeah.
He stays and greets everybody and
Yes.
says, what can I do? Is everybody taken care of? Is everybody, greeted? Did they get their photo? Did they get their autographed CD? And it's wonderful when you come across people who do take the time to really appreciate the fans,
Well, without the fans, you don't have success.
There's
That's
nothing
right.
there.
Without
That's
the
right.
lovities, you have no success.
Without the lovities. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I want to go through a little bit of memory lane here. We've got
Okay.
some
Hope our memory's
fabulous-
good.
Yeah. We're going to start
Yes.
with Model of the Year.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, black and white was in the 60s. And
Yeah.
Randy colorized it. That was my dress that my Aunt Hazel bought for me.
Beautiful.
And it was the beginning of an incredible time in my life in 1965.
Stunning. They're stunning.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
She was also a Claro hair model.
Yeah, I had good
yeah.
hair, I had good hands. It was like here you go. Bring it on. I am actually the reigning Miss Senior Tennessee, Miss Senior USA. That's my crown and sash. I'm real proud of that. And,
Yeah.
to represent the state. And I've worked with a lot of pageant people too, as well, because, again, you have just one or two people that believe in you and you believe in the training and you've got a work ethic that says, I'm here. Let's start this dreaming process. I always do a dream board first.
Oh, do you?
I do. I've been doing dream boards since I was a teenager. And matter of fact, Maggie Perry has 2, working on the 3rd. Lucas Ciliberti had 7 pages on his dream board when he was 9, including the colored tour bus that he wanted and all kinds of things. But most people that fail to plan to fail. And they don't have, it's sort of like, well, for the actors, I'll say you put your name at the top.
Yes.
Working professional actor. And I learned this from Richard Dreyfuss because he said, you just don't want to be an actor or an actress. You want to be a working professional actor, actress, artist, musician, singer, songwriter. It all comes down to a lot of specifics. And if they realize the importance of training, it's sort of like you want to learn Spanish, you take a Spanish course. You want to learn acting, music, songwriting, you take a course that you're going to love. And then the fruits begin to grow. And it may take a while before apples appear on a tree. But pretty much with the gifts that you've been anointed with, if you take those and hone those, it's just sort of like the 2 toolbox. Hey, Kathy from Las Vegas. Whoa. She was our photo girl at the Riviera with Kenny Rogers. And we've maintained a friendship with her because we're hoping the Kenny Rogers band is going to play the South Point in Las Vegas if they ever open again, the showrooms. But
yeah,
I studied dance in Las Vegas at the University of Las Vegas. I thought I wanted to be a showgirl in the 70s, then because Valerie Perrine, was at the Stardust. And then when I found out how little they wore, how little they made, and how hard they worked, I should kind of shovel that dream.
Here's I showed this in the introduction. There was a CD release happening. It looks like you guys are very, very happy, and there's a limo involved here. Huh?
Oh yeah.
What was happening there? You both look fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it was one of our first CD release parties that we had for an album that I had just released, and we'd go back to Virginia Beach and knew so many people there, and we had a lot of support there. And the person who was the gentleman that got us the limo, we couldn't afford a darn limo. So
I had a friend that had limo business.
And Dolly have a friend, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So they picked us up, and it was great.
I called Cox Cable, a network that I had helped open years ago, and I said, "Hey, we're coming to town, and I'm going to bring you Randy Dorman," and they would, we'd have a spot on Buzz TV, and then we do the CD release party. Usually, it was right before or after a Kenny Rogers concert. I laughed because Gene Roy, the tour manager at the time, said, "All right, I know you were in your hometown, Annie. How many meet and greets do you need?" One show was 50 that had come
We
to
had
me.
50.
About half the backstage covered, you know.
Yeah.
But they love Kenny as much as Mom and I had always gone to the Kenny Rogers concerts because he was such a great friend and mentor to me. On my dad's 90th birthday in Virginia, Randy had given him one of Kenny Rogers.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought that really was just your lenses. Those lenses, that's a cup too? That thing is cool.
Yeah. No, that's my my lens cup. That's what I drink out of.
We'll get a close up.
Yeah, got the little.
That is cool. Wow. I thought it was just lenses, that you did a cup. That is cool. Wow.
I really drink out of it.
What do you have in there?
Propel.
Very nice.
Propel.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Very refreshing.
Yes, it is.
Randy has the first album was Through the Years with Chuck Jacobs, our bass player, and Warren Hartman, a musical tribute to the love songs of Kenny Rogers. Love it, ease. Then he did Stardust, I Will Always Love You, that we put birds in the
Sound
back,
effects.
sound effects in the ocean and a rainstorm. The next one was Unforgettable, the Latin project. He just loved to play. And when he was off the road with Kenny, we'd be in the studio cranking out.
Yeah, she put food under the door.
Yeah, put food under the door for him. And, let's do that one. Let's do that one. We had distribution through Live Dance and Mill City Music, where we would be in the gift stores and the bookstores because it was easy listening. It was just a nice, beautiful guitar.
The last one is No Boundaries. I think we sent you a CD of that.
Did you get your CD or No Boundaries?
Yes. And I thank you for that.
Did you like
it? Absolutely. It's fantastic. So what was it like working on that?
That particular project, it was an interesting thing. I wrote all the songs except for the one that's called You Look So Beautiful, which Kenny and Warren and Steve Glassmeyer had written, Warren Hartman. But I did the instrumental version of it. And it was a combination of, I had a thing on the back for, Suitcase Studios where I'd bring out my, tracks to the road, and then Frank Farrell, our engineer, would help me put drums on it out there on the road. So it was a combination between my home studio, moving tracks out there, having them play on it with, all that kind of stuff, and then coming back to my studio and bringing all that instrumentation back in. And then at the very end, Frank helped me mix the project, and that's how it was released. And it was part of the Dreamcatcher. I was on their label at that time, and they were the ones that footed the bill for that particular thing. That was Kenny's actual record label at the time. It was cool.
Dreamcatcher.
I just like looking at the way Ann looks at you in such an adoring way. And then you look back at her when she's talking in an adoring way. Yeah.
We're still lovedies.
I tell you, lovedies, that's what it's all about. You're in the right place for that, huh?
We have a standing thing too. Our only prenup was that if Kenny had a tour that involved a beach, that he would take me. And the first tour was Australia. We went to Australia when Kenny took Reba McEntire over in 1998. And it was
99, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. We went to 25 beaches in 30 days.
Wow.
So I figured I was all caught up for my entire marriage, but no, she wasn't going for that.
And the next tour was Hawaii. We played a little thing for.
We played for Toyota. It was
one
a
night.
45-minute show, and we were there 5 days. Gotta love those gigs.
Those gigs are nice. Those are the good ones.
Yeah.
Sign me up for those, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we came back and asked the kids if they wanted to go to school in Australia or Hawaii. We were ready to move there.
And what was the answer?
They would have gone to either place, but we couldn't afford it.
Yeah. And plus the whole band had to be pretty much situated in Nashville. You know, that's where we, that was home base. But, you know, there's always the future. He would always take me back to Virginia Beach to visit my parents and my beach people. And
Thank you, Jennifer.
Jennifer, it's so
She
cool.
loves you too.
The toy shop in 1998 was amazing at the Beacon Theater. Randy had not really spent a lot of time in New York, so we were there a month and a half. Kenny was Grand Marshal of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I took him down to Little Italy and
Mulberry Street there, yeah.
And
got to see a lot of great acts.
Oh my gosh, Bucky Pizzarelli.
Perry.
Oh yeah. I met him. He was terrific. Yeah.
One of my heroes on the guitar was
Bucky Pizzarelli.
But Bucky Pizzarelli. The piano player was in our orchestra pit, part of that whole scenario when we were doing the toy shop on the stage at the Beacon Theater. And he invited us. He says, hey, you know, Bucky's going to be playing over here. I'm going to be, you know, working on it. So, heck yeah. You know?
Yeah, we'll be right there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We rode the subway that night.
So it was so sweet of him. It was snowing that day.
Mm-hmm.
We got down there. We rode the subway to get there and all that kind of stuff. After the show, he came over. You know, we were all just, you know, talking and having a great time. He says, where you kids live? And we're saying, well, we're over here at the Alcott. And he says, well, jump in my car. I'll drop you off on the way home.
Wow.
And I carried his amp out to the car and he carried his guitar and we jumped in the car. And it was, you know.
I wish I had a picture of that because there was Randy carrying Bucky.
One of my heroes.
Oh my gosh.
We just lost him last year, right? Just lost him. And his son, John, is doing his thing.
John's good.
John's
great. Very good.
Never met John.
Earl Clue and Lee Ritenour and some of these other greats that's I love all that stuff. I love you know, jazz.
I was honored to be a part of that Korean Air's Morning Calm amongst those guys, you know.
Yeah.
And it was from that No Boundaries project that has Night Winds on it.
Very cool. Very cool stuff. We have some more fabulous photos here as we go down memory lane. We have a lot of nice stuff here, right? That's right. This is your life.
Now that's Lucas Celebrity on, as I'm looking at the camera, he's on the right-hand side in the bell cap, and me in the center, and
Dylan
Bodley on the left. They've sort of got a little duet thing that they're working on, putting together. And that's the kid that we met when he was 9 that has 55 videos up on YouTube right
He's
now.
20 now.
The one on the right in the green shirt?
The ball cap. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lucas Celebrity. He's one of the kids we've worked with. He's a sweetheart.
Look at this one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's when we did our tour with Kenny and Dolly back in '87. It says
on tour with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. What was that like? The two of them, I always loved when the two of them were together. There's something about the two of them together. They did some really fabulous Christmas music. I have all of it. The Christmas albums too. They were just, it was either like, it was almost like they were husband and wife, sister and brother. There was something there that was so effortless and automatic.
Everybody thought they had an affair, but they never did. They just had a love friendship that
and
was
respect for each other's work.
Yeah. And both of them were so quick-witted, but Dolly was the only person that I know that could get Kenny's goat.
Oh, boy.
So, you know, he's really quick-witted and gracious. Yeah. But Dolly, she comes from that country.
No filter.
No filter.
Right.
It was
so to set you straight. Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
If your head's too high, she'll bring it down. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. That's cool. And to have an opportunity to have worked with them. And that looks like, you know, quite a assemblage of people there.
Yeah, that was Kenny's band. We're on the left-hand side in the gray, our tannish colored suits, and
Yeah.
all the crew and the promoters, and then Dolly's band's in there, and everything else. It's we tried to do a photo for every tour when we were overseas like that.
Absolutely.
We used to call it the Gospel of Love, according to Kenny and Dolly.
That's
Stay
it,
tuned.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the Jacobs brothers.
Yeah.
This is a group. I'm an honorary brother. Chuck Jacobs on bass, Dan Jacobs is on trumpet, and Rod Jacobs was playing drums. And they sort of adopted me to become part of the Jacobs brothers. And we had a great. We've got
2 albums.
2 albums out that's on Dan's label. And
Lauren sang with us in Bel Air when we were doing the Interlochen benefit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very, very, very cool up there at Torch Lake, Bel Air.
Yeah, the thing they do, here's the headliners. That's when I had hair.
Oh boy, hi Sharon, hi Carrie. There's
That's
Sharon.
Sharon right there in the middle. She's the one that said hello from Sharon.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Earlier. Yeah. 75 to 77.
Yeah.
Then you joined Kenny Rogers after that.
I did. I was actually working with that group when that happened. Dean Slocum up there on the top middle. He worked with Crystal Gale for many years. Rick Jenkins played drums there. He still does stuff out in Hilton Head. Jackie over there on the left, he played bass with us, and then the cute little one in the bottom down there is me
with hair.
But of course, right?
That's why I wear a hat now. Now that was the band right before
Christmas show, wasn't it?
Well, no. This was our group with Amber Core, the one holding the cello there. She played cello and fiddle. Mm-hmm. They later left, and then the group just kept going down. That's Lynn Hammond. He was the second drummer Kenny had, up in the top right-hand corner there. Mm-hmm. Standing up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then from left to right, you start with Brian Franklin. That's the guitarist, and then Chuck Jacobs, and then Steve Glassmeyer, Amber, myself, Warren, Gene Sisk, Warren Hartman, Gene Sisk, and Lynn Hammond. Mm-hmm. That was
one of my favorite
for our tour book pictures. One of our tour book pictures.
Mm-hmm. Really nice. Good, happy group there. Cool. One backstage.
This one, if you can see in the mirror up there, you can see me taking this picture. I walked into this dressing room, and it was double mirrored, and I saw this fantastic thing. It was in outside of Vegas there. Mm-hmm. And so I just walked in, and I said, ooh, that looks really cool. And that became part of a tour book picture that was overseas and stuff. That's
amazing. Here's Bloodline again. This is 1990.
Yeah, that was the original group that had Lynn Hammond. That I take that back. Edgar Struble is the guy. He does an 18-year musical director for AMC when he left Kenny.
Oh yeah.
Brett Clark.
So top left is me. Then Gene Golden. We're still neighbors. Steve Glassmeyer. Rick Harper was the other guitar player that Brian later replaced. And then Edgar Struble, Chuck Jacobs, and Lynn Hammond.
Very nice. Very nice. That's a great one there. And here's another one going back. Brass Monkey.
Oh, that was the very first group. That was the group I joined when Roy Clark invited us to Nashville. And I stayed back to get into a group. It was a horn group. We were doing stuff like, Tower Power and stuff like that.
Right. You know? So this was the group that you became a part of when Roy Clark said, come to Nashville. And
exactly.
Yeah. What was that like when Roy Clark said, come to Nashville?
Well, my dad was director of flight school and ground school for Mitsubishi Aircraft. Mm-hmm. Roy Clark loved to fly. He had his own pilot, but he wanted to learn how to fly his own plane, an MU-2. And so I was gigging in Florida with a jazz guitar player friend of mine that I studied with in college. We created a duet and went out to Florida and toured up and down the coast of Florida. My parents called and said, guess who's coming to dinner? And they said, Roy Clark, because he's coming in to learn to fly his plane. And I said, I'll be there. And I got in I think it was a maxi van, put all my equipment in there, and drove 16 hours back to San Angelo, Texas, just to meet Roy. And he was really gracious. And he said, hey, you guys just come on into Nashville when I'm recording Hee Haw. You be my guest. And we did. We drove there in my parents' car. And he introduced me to all the studio heads in Nashville. And I wasn't ready for the studio world at that point. I was still too green, and I didn't know the number system that they have. It looked like license plates to me. I came from that jazz background where you actually had chord symbols and notes and stuff like that. These guys were, on top of their game. So, but he was, like I said, he was really gracious and was introducing me to everybody, and he believed in me.
That's the key. If you have, instead of what Kenny Rogers says, she believes in me.
Yes.
He believes in me, Roy Clark.
Right.
And that's the key. If you have people that believe in you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And realize that it's not an easy road. Sometimes it's not always as we were talking about that last couple of nights on this show, how we always, those of us in these public arenas, always in the creative arts, in our various roles, always we strive to make everything look effortless and easy for the consumer, the viewer, the audience, for the listener, whatever it may be. The key is to make it look effortless and fun and light and easy. But all the preparation and the work and the toil and the blood, sweat, and tears and the hours and the sacrifice for anything that we do happens prior to the presentation of making everything look so effortless and light and easy, right?
Yeah, that 1 hour show took 24 hours.
It took 24 hours and 3 bottles of Alka-Seltzer and Advil and a couple of crosswords heard back here backstage and whatever. Right. I don't know if you've ever been in a newsroom at a TV station when the news is on. I've been in them, having worked in news, and it's amazing. You hear words you don't even know are in the dictionary or not in the dictionary. Where's the tape? Wrong camera. No, not that shot. Get off him. Get off him. Wrong one. What's going on? And that's usually, the director, producer, and it's exhilarating. It's cool when you hear it. If anybody at home heard what was happening, in the control room, because when you watch, everything looks so effortless and cameras moving, everything. So, but the chaos that's going on and the pressure and the stress of it to make it look so great. Move the camera now. Hurry, take one. Take two. And you've been on sets and you've seen those types of scenarios, and it's really cool. And then when it's all over, everybody's like, wow.
Yeah, we
got to do it again tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly right.
Which is amazing, which is crazy stuff. Here's
your
another.
show's a lot easier.
Yeah, your show's much easier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for you guys,
lobster in the green room was marvelous.
Yes.
Lobster, the champagne. Did you enjoy those wonderful Belgian chocolates and the cheeses?
Oh yeah.
Only the best for our audience. Only the best. And hopefully we will be in the same zip code. I'll come out there, or if you're out here, and we'll have all of those things.
Yeah.
Once we get past all of this, Here's another cool shot for everybody.
Oh yeah.
That was the time that Warren Hartman, who Kenny's got his arm around, that was our keyboard player. That was his last show that time. And that's when the group pared down to the 6. But Gene Sisk is on the far left, Steve Glassmeyer, Mike Zimmerman. He's our 3rd drummer for Kenny over the 40 years. Amazing.
Yeah.
Kenny, of course, Warren Hartman, myself, Chuck Jacobs, and Brian Franklin.
That's a great shot. Yeah. Where was this actually taken?
It was at a fairgrounds. We were doing, I can't remember I apologize, I can't remember the fair.
Yeah. There's so many of them, right? They to go to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody out there could probably tell us.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
This is Bobby Daniels.
We're digging deep now.
Yeah,
Oh, big
absolutely.
time.
This is the very first group that I joined into when I was 23 with Kenny Rogers. And at the time, Kenny was producing them as a part of, you get me where I want to go, I'll get you guys where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he got where he wanted to go, and we stayed behind him. Anyway, once again, that's Steve Glassmeyer, Gene Golden, from left to right, Rick Harper, Edgar Struble again. He had the big afro when I met him. Myself, Bobby Daniels. That was our first drummer. And, of course, Chuck Jacobs on bass. So over 40 years, it's been quite a family.
Band of brothers.
Oh, wow. And that's the key, right? Exactly. That is the key. Here's another really amazing. This goes back to 77, and this is a very special photo here.
Oh, yes. That's when this is actually about 2 weeks before I joined Kenny. We were working with Larry Perigo and Sharon, who was online earlier.
Headliners.
With the Headliners. And in that particular group, we did 40s and 50s shows and stuff like that. So I had to play Elvis. So I got a wig and I got this jumpsuit and I got, and unfortunately, it was just shortly after Elvis had passed away.
Right.
And so those shows were mixed emotions, much like it would be for, when someone passes. But I only did that impersonation for maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Now, when you did the impersonation, were you able to do the lip? Did you move the lip?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Can you do the lip thing? He had that lip, right?
Yeah, I got to have the lip.
I was a big Elvis fan, too.
It, right? I don't do that for just anybody.
That's right.
Hey.
Only for the loveties, right?
All for the levities.
That is funny. Here's another cool one.
That was the group I had. I had gone to Nashville, had done some gigs around, went back to St. Angelo for a little bit to recoup their share. And Terry says hi.
Okay. Watching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was my group that I had in St. Angelo. Myself was on the left. Jackie Allen played drums for us. Jim Wynn, that's the gentleman that we had the hit record with, and local hit. Her no knows better, but a yes won't let her. Jim had written that. And then Rick Willis is on bass on that one.
That's fantastic. We got a question that came in here.
Okay.
I think it's from Michelle, and she asks, question for Randy. Do you think Kenny's twins, Justin and Jordan, do you think they will follow in Kenny's footsteps? Do they sing or play instruments? Do you know if they are following in the...
Well, they're now 16 years old, amazingly so. Yes, they like the
drums
and
guitar.
Yeah, they do a little bit of singing and stuff like that. I don't know that they'll follow in his dad's shoes. It may very well.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, but it's early in their life too to determine that type of thing.
Right.
And but they're wonderful little kids. Well, not little anymore. They're taller than Wanda. Okay, now this is
Oh yeah.
This is our Through the Years. This is the original Kenny Rogers band with Don Gatlin. Don Gatlin is a historian on Kenny and has actually written songs that Kenny has recorded. We are in the midst of doing a homage to Kenny's music to keep his music alive, and asked Don to come out and sing for us because he's a phenomenal singer. And so we had tours booked, like, Vegas and all that kind of stuff that will be postponed. And hopefully when that Through the Years, the Kenny Rogers Band featuring Don Gatlin comes out and you see tickets, please come see us. We'd love to see all the fans that have loved Kenny over the years. It's not a tribute as much as it is an homage or paying homage to Kenny's illustrious career and the music that he provided over the years.
Absolutely.
They just finished a Christmas album too.
Yeah, we
going to come out for Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to have a Christmas album coming out here. course, in December, November, December.
I can't wait to hear that. I'm
Yeah.
big with Christmas music. I love Christmas music.
I did all the arrangements and the production on this particular project. Don
Amazing.
came in and sang all the songs, and he wrote a song especially for this album called "Every Day Is Christmas," and we got that cut.
Jennifer asks, y'all do porch clog dancing or buck dancing? I still do porch clogging. I'm a mountain woman, proud of it. She usually, now it's interesting because she has this new routine the last week or so where Jennifer asks all of the guests, are you mountains or ocean? And I think she knows where you're located right now, that Randy's going to probably say mountains and Ann's going to say ocean.
He's going to say ocean.
I'm going to say ocean.
Like ocean.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life.
That's it.
You're both ocean?
Yeah, we're with
well, Scenic Ridge. The reason it's called Scenic Ridge is because we live on Scenic Ridge Court.
Right.
It's not necessarily in the mountains. We're in a valley here in Nashville.
And what about the porch clog dancing or buck dancing?
Well, that's clogging.
Yeah.
Sort of like a river dance, only in So we have to leave that to Lucas Ciliberti because he actually won clogging. So
he's the clogger.
We'll let that to Lucas.
Now, Maisie Ruggiero, that we've been working with for a couple of years now, that just got back from the Up With People tour.
Yeah,
she has gotten
Up With People. They're still. Is that the same original Up With People?
Started in
that's been
She just did a world tour with them, and then they hired her on to be their musical director and coordinator. And then COVID hit, of course. And then everything's been put on hold.
Yeah, but we sent her over to this international ballroom. I think she's on now, because I said we're going to talk about her. Right. And anyway, they had a big recital, these international ballroom champions, and now she's a certified ballroom teacher. So I won 6 free classes. I went with her mother, Joni Price, and so I said, well, Randy, we'll do like we did in Atlantic City. It was raining one day. So we went out and got some big band, Mitch Miller and Tommy Dorsey, and he was Fred Asparagus, and I was Ginger Rocket.
That's right.
We were just moving and grooving in the hotel room. We moved all the furniture around, and Randy says, I don't dance. I play for dances. I said, no, we're going to dance tonight. Dip me.
Yeah, that's why I was Asparagus, because I was limp.
Fred Asparagus and Ginger Rocket.
That is funny. Don is a cousin.
Yeah, of Larry and Rudy and the Gatlin brothers. Don Gatlin is their cousin.
Yeah, someone was asking that. Was he one of the Gatlin brothers? Yeah,
actually a cousin, and but incredible singer, and like I said, a historian of Kenny. Oh my gosh! He knows what album and what year it was released.
All of it, absolutely.
Played on it,
Yeah.
We have a couple of videos here that we're going to show, and then we'll come back to the nice photo collage we have here. This one is of Ann, and we'll show it, and everybody, I'm sure, will enjoy it, and then we'll come back. She's looking at like, Andy, Randy, what did you do?
Okay.
Time to pop the popcorn, Ann. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. This is the lovely and talented Ann Dorman. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Ann Dorman. I'm a 20-year SAG-AFTRA working actress. My 5-decade career started in Virginia Beach, Virginia, 8 years in New York City, 11 years in Los Angeles, and now 25 years in Nashville, Tennessee. My resume says, have talent, will travel. I love acting. I love traveling and doing voiceovers. Enjoy my video reel. Thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you soon. These legs have traveled so many miles.
And they have so many more to go.
But those miles don't have to leave a road map.
Thanks to the Vein Center.
Yeah, the Vein Center. Feels like my journey's just begun.
Right there. Come on, folks. How about you, lady?
I have my wedding ring.
Well, the ring or the finger? And the ring.
Hand it over, lady. Hand it over.
Give me that purse.
Songs on her newest CD, Hungry Again.
Saw them start to tremble. It offered and it would not be denied.
You're always using me.
It's not that. We're family.
Like hell we are. The only one you ever cared about was yourself. And your next trick.
You never were any damn good.
Our first couple met at a dance contest in Park Ridge, Illinois.
Very nice, very nice. What a wonderful repertoire there. You've done a little of everything, huh?
I know. I was noticing all the different color hair. Every time I change my hair or my look, I'm lucky I have my photographer here. We just go
He
into
knows
studios,
the writing.
headshot. Yeah, blonde, red, dark hair.
And forget the hair, because Merlin in Canada says beautiful cheekbones.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm blessed.
Yeah, that's it. Now it's Randy's turn. We're going to turn the tables on Randy, and we will come back and we will chat about this. Here we go. Here's Randy Dorman.
How long will I be with Kenny Rogers? It'll be 40 years this September. I was working in a show band, and Kenny pulled me aside and said, hey, you know, I really like the way you play. I'd love to have you come out and be a part of this group. It'll be after the first of the year. Of that year, I went out to the Nugget where they were working, and the very first show I went and sat in the audience, and then I went backstage to say, hi, I'm here, you know. Kenny said, go grab your gear. You're on stage next show. No rehearsal, no nothing. That's how I started, and it's been great ever since. And one of the highlights about being on the tour is that Kenny got me into photography. He sort of took me under his arm and mentored me and helped me learn how to shoot photography. You know, I've got pictures from all over the world, and that's one of the killer things about, because I have a memory of what we actually did in photographs.
Very nice. Very, very nice. And that's another thing too. I want to jump to that because we have a few photos here that I'd love to show from, I mean, your brilliant photography. I mean, this is gorgeous.
Salvador Dali Museum.
Yeah. I mean, that's
his mustache.
That's the mustache, right? That's one part of it, right?
Yeah.
The Australian Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's that was out our bedroom window. Ann and I were together, and it looked like a landing strip leading into this. I said, "That's a cool picture."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Reno.
Yep, that's my self-portrait.
And I could
see me in the reflection.
Bermuda, the Gibbs Lighthouse.
Gibbs Lighthouse, yeah.
Bermuda. Bermuda's a special place.
Mm-hmm.
We did the
We Are the World with Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones festival over there that year.
Oh, is that where it was done? Really?
Yeah,
in Bermuda.
We were there during that time.
Wow, that's amazing. Everybody's loving all the photos and
awesome.
clips and all the special nature that we're sharing here. Awesome and really cool stuff. And here's another quick one here. I love this one for Willie watching in the Netherlands. He's got one here for you. Amsterdam.
Yep,
wow.
Amsterdam. That was the rain. Yeah, we were just out walking about. Had a rainbow over this.
It's like a double rainbow.
There. I also have a double rainbow over the Sydney Opera House at some point, you know.
Yeah. That's really just right time, right place, and capturing and having the eye. And I'm like that too, because I'm a picture, taker, photographer. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm in the industry I'm in. So I'm always taking. Oh, Renee's here from Iowa. Good to see you, Renee. She just went through that Dorico hurricane inland storm
Mhm.
and survived that in her neighborhood. These are like postcards, yes, and Ann and Randy, a talented dynamic duo as well.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Dwight.
Yes, but that's a great shot. And I'm always, you must be, when you are a photographer, Randy, you're always almost all day long seeing things you want to capture. You're almost like things that most people don't even pay attention to or notice, and you capture it.
I do. Yeah, it is pretty much, you kind of see light, shadows in different ways that people may not pay attention to. We're
Right.
always looking at the different, barometers there.
You always have the camera nearby when you...
Well, and of course, being here at the house, it's just right in the studio there. I just walk in.
But when you're out and about,
when we're out, well, on tour, not necessarily when I go downtown Nashville.
yeah, supermarket, you don't necessarily need
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I don't. I have my cell phone for that.
That's it. Even the professional esteemed photographer uses the cell phone when needed. It's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Renee says still no power at home there in Iowa. They had that inland hurricane come through.
What part of Iowa?
What part of Iowa, Renee? I don't know if we've ever talked about that. And we always talk about here in the Northeast, we call it butter and sugar corn. She says there they call it, is it cream and sugar? I think you said the sweet corn is where we talk about food. And let us know what part of Iowa. She was on vacation in Illinois as well. And Merlin can't take a picture if her life depended on it. That's why Randy exists. Oh, this is a great one here in the Northeast, Mystic, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
And the way the sky, it's almost as if that is, like a divine photo, almost as if it's like angels' wings coming out of the church. That's what you get in New England. You get a lot of these beautiful white steeple churches in New England. Yeah. Yeah.
John DiPietro, a good friend of ours, he said, "Hey, come on over here to Mystic and we'll take some pictures." And I saw that church on the corner there and I said, "Ooh, I got to grab that one."
Yes, absolutely. Renee is in the middle of Iowa, about 30 miles east of Des Moines.
Oh,
okay.
We work Des Moines too.
Mm-hmm.
I like pictures at night the best, all those lights. And did you see the one, Willie, since you're there at almost 3 a.m. in Amsterdam? You saw the beautiful shot we got there in Amsterdam on the cruise, Willie. Isn't that beautiful? And there is the London Tower Bridge.
Oh, yeah. So much fun.
That's really nice, isn't it? Really beautiful. A corn on the cob, melted butter and salt. Everybody's getting hungry now. We talk about food. That's a beautiful shot. Morocco.
Mm.
Yeah, we got to ride camels on the beach. How cool is that? I mean, that's my camera bag hanging off the horns.
Mm.
Yeah, that's when you bring the camera. Yeah,
absolutely. No, it was the beauty of working with a person like Kenny affords you the opportunity to do things that you would never. I lived the life of a millionaire without having any of the headaches of being that millionaire.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and working with the incredible Kenny Rogers is extraordinary. And again, you've had some extraordinary people that, we're talking about the years and years of working with Kenny Rogers. There's another great shot.
Yeah, that was when we were in Australia with Reba. It's when Kenny took Reba over there.
Reba McEntire. Yeah.
Mm. Great lady.
Yeah. And who's with Reba?
That was Kenny. Kenny had taken her. That was when we were in Australia.
Wonderful.
And Davis.
Paul Jackson too.
Yeah, that was in the Bermuda thing when we did the thing. He was part of the house band with Quincy Jones. One of my favorite guys.
Smokey Robinson.
Oh yeah.
That was when we did the first 50 years. That was the special we did for Kenny. His 50th anniversary in the industry, and Smokey was part of that show, and we all got pictures with him.
Yeah, here's another great one. Kenny Rogers, and there you guys are.
That's his wife, Wanda, and of course, Annie and me.
Yeah, that was one of the last pictures that we took with
Kenny.
Wanda, wasn't it?
That
Wanda
was.
Wanda
That was
was
the
my
last
favorite wife. I've known him through 3 wives and 5 children. And Wanda, sincerely, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, she is just,
She knew what it was about.
just, and so,
Well,
yeah.
also Kenny's personality changed. With
Oh,
Wanda.
man.
He became more outgoing. A lot of times when in the early years, because there was such a draw on him,
Yeah, it's a
he
lot.
would go to movies and stuff like that. And
Don't
Wanda
go
said,
anywhere.
yeah, Wanda says, we're going to go live our lives. Let's do this thing. And he did. And, you know, he'd see people and shake hands and say hi and stuff like that. But he literally became a different person when they
Good
got
thing
married.
he did.
Mhm.
Joe Edelman.
Yeah, he's a mentor of mine for photography. I fell in love with his YouTube channel, and then we became friends. And he was in Nashville at the big what's it called, the photography symposium where all the
Symposium, I think.
Yeah, something like that. You know, and all the camera gear and all the people are out there and all that kind of stuff. And Joe was coming into town, so I ran and grabbed him, brought him over to the house for a minute. And,
he helped us with our websites too, Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's another cool shot.
That's that was the shot where I met Roy Clark at my parents' home. That's actually one of those Polaroid shots that I scanned in.
Oh, that's cool. That's
cool.
That was where I drove back from the Florida beach to meet him, and then shortly thereafter he invited us. Yeah.
When we were doing Branson at the Grand Palace, we went over to Roy Clark's showroom. And of course, we went backstage and, met Roy and Barbara before the show. So from the stage, Roy Clark is, saying, I'm glad you chose my show. Make sure you get one of my albums. By the way, Randy Dorman stand up because they'd known each other a long time. And he goes, go out there and buy Randy Dorman's album too. Remember that?
Well, he actually said, buy my album. I need the money.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Anyway. And that was when we did about 3 years in Branson at the Grand Palace. I liked Myrtle Beach better because I have the Grand Palace there, and plus the beach, which is kind of cool.
And if Renee is just joining us, they've worked for decades with Kenny Rogers. Renee not just have photos of Kenny, but worked with Kenny and so many other incredible talents and have inspired so many others and still do today, both Randy and Ann. Here's another cool shot.
That's Hank Garland. Remember Hank Garland? He was Sugarfoot Rag was his hit. It was after he'd had his accident and all that kind of stuff. Living in Titusville, Florida. And that gentleman that I told you that I had worked with was my teacher in college, and then we went down the coast to tour up and down Florida. Well, we would go to his house to try to get him to, play. And sometimes he'd have sporadic moments of brilliance, and then he'd want to go outside and smoke a cigarette.
Right. And it's sort of exactly.
He's been one of my heroes from the get-go. And that's
there it is.
Photo that he had when he was living in Nashville, and that was his.
It's a great shot.
Yeah. Now this
Truman Capote.
Yeah, I mean, I got to. Kenny took me to a celebrity tennis camp playoff thing where they were raising money for different organizations and stuff, and it was up in Colorado. And I was just walking about, and I was seeing all these people. I was going, "Hey, I must snap some pictures."
You snap some pictures, exactly. Is it Johnny
Carson? George Burns' 90th birthday party. That was Johnny Carson, and we actually were the musical act for that particular birthday party. Kenny was. And, of course, all these people were there for George.
That's a great shot. Yeah. Johnny Carson doing stand-up at the George Burns birthday party. Do you remember that, George? Yeah, he remembers it well.
George actually opened for us when he had that hit, If I Were 16 Again, I believe was the name of it.
Yes, that's
But
right.
he was actually out there on tour with us for about a month or so.
And remember, he was God too.
Yeah, that's right.
God. He was God.
He was.
That's right. He made it that long as well. Could smoke those cigars and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Robert Mitchum
Mhm.
at the birthday bash as well. Wow, there was quite a night with people, huh?
Oh,
everybody came out.
Anybody who was anybody who wanted to be there with George.
Yeah, Robert Stack, another.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Robert Culp. I have always enjoyed Robert Culp. He was terrific, a great actor. Elliot Gould as well. Wow, terrific shots. Yeah.
Thank you.
Rick Harper, Bobby Daniels with Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, that was one of our backstage shows. Sammy came. I mean, there was all kinds of people showing up with Kenny, over the years. Lionel Richie, of course.
Lionel, yeah, absolutely. Was he on his own then, or was he with the Commodores at that time?
He was still with the Commodores, but had some solo stuff, and he was actually coming there to meet Kenny to help, talk about producing some stuff.
Yeah.
That's the Gatlin brothers right there, who Don is the cousin of.
That's right. Alison Krauss.
Yeah, that was at the when Kenny got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And all these great artists came out to. Oh yeah, we're rehearsing for the final tour, and Keith Sutherland just came in he was putting together his band and doing something and stuff, so we all got quick pictures with him.
Oh, that was a huge day. I couldn't sleep for 2 days after meeting Kiefer.
Kiefer and his father, Donald too. His father does a lot of voiceover work. He's got a great voice. Yeah, for years he did voiceover for Volvo, Volvo cars. Barry Gibb.
Also at the Hall of Fame. Kelly Lang came out. They were singing Kenny's songs during that period. They were doing probably Islands of the Spring.
Yes.
And this is Billy Dean. He was a great singer-songwriter. This was some tour book pictures I was taking for him when we were over in Ireland. Yeah, like right in there. Just doing some shots for him. That was a picture Kelly Younkerman had taken of our Christmas show. And Billy was opening for us at that time. So we just had a good time. Had fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
Chloe Chanel, that's another little girl that we have worked with. Now she's 20-something.
She just graduated from high school. We met Chloe when she was about 9.
She's been on America's
AGT twice, American Idol.
And what's the latest show that she was just on? Anyway, Billy kind of took her under his wings.
When he did the toy shop in Branson.
Right. So the toy shop was Kenny played the main part, Mr. Longley. And then when Kenny no longer decided to do it, Billy Dean would play the toy shop. And then this little girl here was part of the toy shop scene, which was a ghost-like character.
An angel.
Yeah. And so we said, we have the girl for this part. And it was Chloe Chanel. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah. They did the Opry. She got to do the Opry.
Yeah. Tuesday night, we have the winner of the 6th season of America's Got Talent. Lando, Eugene Murphy Jr. He was from West Virginia. He was he worked at a car wash, but had this great voice and jazz. Yeah, he's a jazz singer, and he participated and won the 6th season. He's going to come to join us here on.
I got a reminder set.
You got a reminder.
You
You've got the reminder. Yeah, he's all excited. There he is. He'll be joining us on Tuesday. He won the 6th season of America's Got Talent. We can't wait for that. That is going to be wonderful. So there's some more here. This one is cool. We lost him too early, didn't we? Dudley Moore.
Really?
He would come backstage a lot of times in Vegas and just play piano, and Kenny and him would sing and have cut up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This was on Kenny's plane. I snapped that.
This was on Kenny Rogers' plane.
Yeah, on his
Really. What a very, you always wonder, what is he thinking? It's a great shot, like a sort of a deep thought, pensive a little bit.
Yeah, he may have just lost a card game or something.
That could be, yeah. So we might not know what, we could just think what he's thinking, but we won't say it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's funny. So enjoying being with these two and all of their stories. Love them. Cindy Owens Harris.
Oh, thank you, Cindy.
Oh,
Thank you, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy Pooh.
Yeah, we have folks from all over too. It's wonderful.
Oh, I sent out a lot of invitations because I wanted them to go see who you were too.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ann. Here's another, Emmylou Harris.
Yeah, that was also at the Hall of Fame. And
Carl, yeah.
Buddy Miller. They were backing her on that particular show.
It's really incredible when you think about it. The people that not only have you've had an opportunity to work with within the music industry, but then the people you've had an opportunity to network with and collaborate with and even photograph over the years, in addition to working with these people from the musical end of things and, you know, having the performance background as well. And shot Garth, Trisha.
Yeah, this was at Keith Whitley's 30th anniversary of his passing. Lori Morgan had every year to do a show honoring Keith Whitley, and Garth and Trish came out for it.
Randy was the official photographer, and I just love this picture of the two of them.
That's a great shot. And here's Roy Clark.
Yeah, he was at a fairgrounds that we were working at, and I was able to snap that shot when he was playing. That was some of the last performances he got to play before he passed.
Amazing. Michelle asks, do you have a favorite Randy and Ann too, either of you, favorite Kenny Rogers song?
Oh, favorite song.
Mine's Lady.
Yeah.
Lady's a good one. Yeah.
Good Lady.
She believes in me. You decorated my life. There's lots.
Yeah, there's lots. Of course, the ones that made him who he was Lucille and the Gambler.
Yeah.
Lucille gave him international stardom, and then the Gambler became his moniker, you know, his mantra. He was the Gambler.
Oh, yeah.
Right, exactly. The Tonight Show.
Yes. Our bass player's sister-in-law, who's married to Dan Jacobs, sorry. Myrna took this picture when we did, that was in 67, 76 or 70, well, I don't know when it was, 79. That's when we did the Tonight Show in 79. That's when it was. And it was an amazing thing to stand in front of that band.
Oh, I can imagine.
First note they hit.
That's a good one too. Yeah. Danilo in San Diego likes She Believes in Me.
Yeah, that's another one of those great songs.
Yeah.
They're all great songs. That's why we want to keep them alive.
Right. Exactly.
A little funny story, just a little side note on the Tonight Show band. Bobby Daniels, the original drummer. Well, Kenny was opening that show. I think he was hosting that night. So he was opening the show. So we had to play the theme, Tonight Show theme. And Bobby didn't kick it off right. He was killing.
He didn't get dun.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, you know, and he did something else, you know. And he was backstage saying, "I done messed up the biggest band in history."
So were they merged with the Doc Severinsen NBC Doc Severinsen band? Was it a blending?
That was the actual Doc Severinsen.
That was the actual Doc Severinsen. Wow.
The last CD release party I did in Virginia Beach, Tommy Newsom showed up for that. Party. It was a sax player.
Do you remember with the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, the development? You probably know this, you know, back and forth from the back of your hand. The development of that theme. How that developed?
not the development of it. I know that I'm trying to think of the guy's name that actually wrote it.
Wilhelmina's husband, right?
Don't.
It was, they had the other theme. Of course, the Tonight Show was originally Steve Allen and then
That's
Jack
right.
Parr.
Right,
And he
right,
did
right,
his run, and then they brought in Johnny Carson, and Carson wanted, and NBC, they wanted a new theme. So they were bringing different people in to, I guess sort of audition and come up with different themes.
We lost your feed there, big guy.
I was giving you time to come up with the answer.
Oh, there you go.
Tick tock. So,
Who wrote the original Tonight Show theme?
so it was what the story was. Steve Allen, and then Jack Parr, and then Jack Parr left, and then they brought in Johnny Carson, and Johnny wanted a new theme, as did NBC. So they were looking at places to get the theme. So this one well-known singer who was also known for writing music as well said, "Hey, Johnny, listen to this. I've got this." Johnny loved it, and they worked out, I guess, there's some sort of an arrangement, I think, if I remember correctly, where each of them got a piece of it every time it aired, which 30 years.
Right.
Paul Anka.
Paul Anka. I was on.
That's it.
I knew I could see his face, but I couldn't remember.
Paul Anka wrote the Tonight Show theme.
Right.
Every time it aired, he got his, and Johnny Carson got a piece of it as well, because he owned, the show as well. So that was a good deal to strike. 30 years of 5 nights a week, and then re-airs, and and that's one of those things. Like, you don't hear that as much with theme music. I've been a big lover of production music and theme music and jingles too. And you don't hear jingles and all of that as much as you used to. And you used to identify with a network, a radio station, a TV station, a product from the jingles that we remember growing up, and from the themes. Now, when you watch TV shows, you're lucky they even get one note out and they go right into the show. Or if the show is ending, they don't really roll the credits with the theme anymore, like they used to with a lot of the classic TV shows. They squeeze the credits, and then they go right to the next show. And you're like, I want to hear the music. I want to hear the theme, the jingle, the singers, or whatever. That's lost art. Yeah, lost art. Quincy Jones.
Mittens is waving at. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the Bermuda show. Where
that lineup: James Ingram, Michael McDonald, Patty Austin. Oh my God!
These were all the people on the show that night, and they were doing "We Are the World," which was that big
Pepper J Productions.
Right.
Pepper J.
Pepper J Productions. Welcome, 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 and Garth guest as well. Paul Anka. Yep, you got it, Garth. Absolutely, and John Michael Ferrari, motivational singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great name, John Michael Ferrari.
Garth Shaw was Kenny's road manager for
years,
early years, and he's a historian of Kenny's stuff. And
another great song there. So we got Pepper J Productions, Garth, John Michael Ferrari, motivational singer. Great to see you live, my lovely friends. Now, hey, Garth and John Michael Ferrari and Pepper J Productions, they are now inducted in the Lovity Hall here at the Jim Masters Show.
Yes, they'd be great to have on your show, by the way.
Yes, love to have them. And subscribe to that YouTube channel. You guys are watching that YouTube channel. We love that. Randy Dorman just took some amazing photos for us.
Yeah, they were just here in Nashville, and I did some promo photos for them, and some
very true
shots and stuff like that. Yeah, we have a great time. We've known Pepper. Actually, Annie met Pepper in a seminar thing.
At film
years, that's a good one too.
Yeah, we had FilmCom in Nashville that we put on, and we had panels, and we would go, to the panels. Pepper J, for some reason, just stood out in my mind. And she says, please stay after. And I did. I waited in line to meet her because she said one thing that really has stood out to me my whole life. It's about relationships. It's sometimes not about music or movies or film or TV or anything like that, but it's about relationships. And I've never forgotten it or her, because she's put a few of our talented people on her television show. She moved from Los Angeles out into Nevada, Pahrump, Nevada, and we've been friends ever since. From
She's
that
been
moment.
Working with Maggie as well.
Yes, she worked with Maggie and
Macy.
Macy.
Did an interview on her Side Beat Music.
Side Beat Music. I was trying to remember
Pepper
the
J's
name
Productions.
of it. And we just did some.
We did one with Macy Ruggiero just recently.
Yeah, when we did John Michael Ferrari. His music is great.
John Michael is married to Pepper J.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them.
Pahrump, Nevada. I was there about a year and a half ago. I was on a TV shoot, and it was in Pahrump, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And so we flew from the east to Vegas, landed in Vegas, and then drove out to Pahrump. It's a beautiful drive through the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And I was interviewing, it was for the TV News Magazine show that I co-host with Doug Llewellyn from the People's Court. We've been working together for about 16 years with that show, one of the hats I wear. And we're interviewing this wonderful woman who lives in Pahrump named Dorothy Slicker. And she has been doing oil paintings, beautiful oil paintings, for about 60 years. And she's got a home studio. And she invited us to come with the camera crew. And we went and we ate at a beautiful, really cool barbecue restaurant. I forget the name of it, in Pahrump. Met her husband and her the night before. And then we shot all day at her studio. And she took us all around. And it was really, really cool. And I remember Pahrump fondly because when the shoot ended, we all said our goodbyes and everything. And the camera guy that we had came in from LA. He had to go back to California because he had to be on a film set the next morning. I was still there with the rent-a-car, and I ended up driving haphazard, ad hoc. While I was driving around Pahrump, taking it in, the sights, I said, will I ever be back here again? Who knows? So let me, like you, I'm sure, Randy, too, your eyes are like a camera. My eyes are like a movie camera. I'm always visual, and I'm always soaking it all in. And there was all these rainbows that had just rained and everything. This rental car kept taking me to the entrance of Death Valley. It was like a Twilight Zone thing. Every turn I took me to the entrance of Death Valley. And I'm like, wow, Death Valley. And that's in movies. That's on TV. That's like, it's science fiction. Death Valley. And after like 5 circles around, I ended up, something like pushed me into Death Valley, whatever it was. And I ended up driving alone without anybody knowing, with no supplies, no water, in a rental car, no cell charge, no food, all the way through Death Valley and then all the way back. It was really a life-changing thing. There's a Master's Mantra video I did on the YouTube channel. If you get a chance to see it, it talks about some of the transformation I experienced driving alone through Death Valley, because I'm an ocean person. Mm-hmm. So the ocean speaks to me. Death Valley was stripped, raw, danger, risk. It was August in Nevada. So all of those things had to be in place for me to be transformed and moved by what I experienced, being in touch with self and reliant on self, because I tend to be somebody, I tend to be a caregiver type. I'm always making sure everybody has everything they need, and I'll do me next. You're in the plane and they'd say, wear the mask if you need it, the oxygen mask. Not masks now, but the oxygen mask, if it falls down in front of you, put it on you first before you help the other person. I was always raised and of the ilk, no, I'm going to help thy fellow man first.
Yes.
Then I'll put it on me. But now I understand you got to put it on you first, so you have the oxygen to help other people.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's really cool. It's on the Jim Masters YouTube page, and it's under Masters Mantras. I tell more deeply about this story, and people think I should write a book about it and everything. But Pahrump was the launch pad that took me into Death Valley which was quite life-changing. So amazing. Hello, Param.
They have it's called
and I
Water.
think the claim to fame, everybody in town said, matter of fact, even Dorothy, who I think is in her 70s, she goes to me on the phone. No, I'm the guy coming from the East Coast. I'm the on-air host guy. I'm going to be interviewing her and everything for the news magazine show, TV show. And she says, "Hey, Jim, I want to ask you a question." And I go, "Yes, Dorothy, ask anything, does it pertain to the interview we're going to do?" And she goes, "Well, I just want to know, how open are you and the cameraman?" I'm like, "How open are we?" So I'm like, that must mean that when we're in this interview, in this conversation, she's going to open up to me about her life and share some really deep things. So how open are we to, him filming and me listening to her incredible story? No, she said, "Well, I want to let you know that the claim to fame in Pahrump, Nevada are the brothels." So I wanted to know how open we were to exploring the town. So I was at I forgot what the hotel was, and we're having, the breakfast buffet in the hotel. And I'm sitting next to the sales director of the hotel. And I said to the sales director, "Everybody in town keeps telling me that the brothels are or a big thing here, and that they're, tax paying and health code, and they're businesses. They're well-oiled machines and businesses." And I said to the sales director, who actually was originally from Michigan, I said, "I keep hearing, I just want to know, is this true, or are they jiving? What's the number one thing that people know the town for, or sort of a claim to fame? Is there some big historical monument I got to go see or something?" She goes, "It's the brothels." It's the hotel director of sales saying that. She said, "They can't have them in Vegas, but they can have them here." So they drive out from Vegas. It's really interesting.
Wow.
Quite a town, you're driving along, and then all of a sudden, here's this cute, cool town, real sort of Western town. And it was really cool, and nice people and good food. And it's straight out west, straight line from Vegas. Really cool place.
Pepper J has a ranch out there called Water Rock Ranch, and you can sleep in a teepee next time you go out.
Pepper J says they're not allowed in town limits, just outside of town. Doing a little fact checking. Huh? Let's see. How do you know? Actually, they are all just also. He concurs. John Michael Ferrari knows that too.
Well, that's where they live. That's their place.
For its bordellos.
Oh.
Wow, stay cool, Pepper J.
Yeah, no kidding.
Masters from Pahrump.
Yeah.
I'll have to, when I come back out, if we come back out for a TV shoot or in Vegas or whatever, we will come back out to see you, and maybe take us to that
brothel.
I was going to say barbecue restaurant. I started with a B, but you got to me first.
Sorry.
My mother in Florida still watching. Barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. There you go.
Sweet corn, baked beans, and brisket, or whatever.
Sorry.
Great sense of humor.
Fun.
You got to keep
have
a
levity,
sense of humor.
right? Levity and levity.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, Merlin says, which is true, you have a wonderful life. Absolutely.
Or have we ever been blessed? Truly, truly blessed.
When you come visit us on the ranch in Pahrump.
Yep, there you go.
Love to. Yes. Red Sky Barbecue. That's the place.
It is.
Yeah, that's the one. Absolutely. Really, really good. 111 today in Pahrump. Hotter in Death Valley. Yeah.
Whoa.
August. That's when I drove alone through Death Valley. It was really incredible. That's funny. See, you learned something new. It's a very educational show, folks.
Very, very, very educational.
Yes.
And let's see. Here's another. So lovely listening to both Ann and Randy together share their interesting stories along with the fantastic photos, including all their backstories. Such a beautiful thing to share the same passions. Their love definitely radiates. That's Christine Clifton, who's a wonderful person.
Christine.
And, that's, yep, Water Rock Ranch.
That's it.
There was another comment that Christine had that I wanted to see if I can scroll back on, because she lost power or something where she is in North Carolina. Not sure if my comment went through, but don't see it. We lost power here with a storm. I'd written that I live close, a few hours to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that area has really built up over years with country music, entertainment, theater, shows.
Yep. Myrtle Beach, one of our favorites. They have the Oak Ridge Boys Theater and all that kind of
When I was
stuff.
in Denver, Bob Denver's wife, she was saying that a lot of people in West Virginia, I imagine Tennessee as well, the place that they go to when they go to the coast is Myrtle Beach. A lot of people go to Myrtle Beach. Pepper J, very happy that they're inducted in the Loverty Hall with all of us.
Oh, yes, they love it.
It's quite a place to be. I tell you, it's quite a place to be. All these wonderful comments coming in here, really active. Randy and Ann are some of the most wonderful people Pepper J and I have ever met. That's really nice.
Back at you.
Back at you. That's so true.
That's on my way. My mother likes the heat. She said.
Oh boy.
We have something else special too. We have another video here. Now this one is this is Randy Dorman. This is Christmas. Little Christmas.
The intro. Christmas intro. Yeah.
What is that? That's I was watching that earlier. That's terrific.
Every year we do the hits in Christmas with Kenny, and they started asking me to do a special song between the hits and setting up the Christmas, because there had to be some set changes, some decorations come out, that type of stuff. So I started doing these arrangements for us to play as a band. And so these arrangements, or this particular one, is arrangement of, I think, God Bless You, Merry Gentlemen, or something like that. I can't remember.
And again, you have that new album coming out, right? Is that probably going to be on Amazon, or is there a website people can go to, the Christmas one that's coming out?
It's KennyRogersBand.com when we get it up and running. Yeah, it'll be on our website there, and I'm sure it'll be. Hopefully, we'll get it to Amazon and CD Baby and YouTube and all the different places.
It's almost Christmas.
It really is. And you know, the way 2020 is, everybody would like it to be Christmas now. Yeah. Let's just skip, although my birthday's in September. I don't know.
Oh, I don't want to skip that.
There, maybe pause for Halloween, maybe Thanksgiving, and then move on to and make it, you know, it's going to be a very interesting and I think unique, and Christmas is my favorite day. I always hated the day after Christmas when I was a kid. You know, it still continues, but Christmas Day is such an extraordinary buildup of every sense, from the food and the gifts and the love and the God and the decorations and the candy and the tree and the music and the relatives, the loved ones. It touches into every, and it's, you know, everything on TV is showing it, and all the specials, and you go outside, everything is decorated, and you hear music all over, or at least you used to.
Yeah.
And it was just really, it just heightened every sense that you have. And then the next day, boom, the 26th, everybody goes back to like the rat race of life. But I think this particular Christmas is going to have, and Hanukkah, of course, is going to have a very special feeling and meaning this year. I think it's going to be maybe, depending on what goes on, maybe a little bit more peaceful and maybe more tamped down.
Let's hope.
But the meaning is going to be.
Oh, I think so.
More from the heart, Christmas from the heart.
Deeper, even the amount of loss and the amount that's.
Well, there's been in the lockdowns. There's been a lot of introspection. You know,
Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. People are doing that in the supermarkets already.
Yeah.
doing it at the department store, boxing over, well, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to do this. Nobody comes together. It's all the arguing.
Yeah.
How does one get into Levity Hall? You're in it.
You're in it, Maggie.
Now, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you're definitely in it. Then we bring you up to the higher tier. And when it's your birthday, they will be back with me and we will sing happy birthday for you as well, Maggie Perry. Right?
We did a
YouTube channel.
Okay. We did a Christmas.
Thank you, John Michael Ferrari.
Yeah. We did a Christmas music video on Maggie called Oh Holy Night.
It's about bullying.
About
yeah, they can see all that stuff.
On her YouTube channel.
Maggie Perry's music. It's a YouTube channel that they have.
But we did that last Christmas with a real live Santa Claus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you, Pepper J. You know, Christine Fairwood in Connecticut has an interesting observation. John Michael Ferrari, I really hope so. You know, God willing, fingers, toes crossed. Christine has a different perspective. She says you don't know what fresh hell will be here in 2021, though. So
let's not go there. We're going to keep it light.
Keep it light, levity.
Yeah, Christine, join the levities, and we'll go with what John Michael Ferrari says. Hopefully, more peaceful. You know, that's
up with the good, down with the
not
bad.
many options, so we got to go with the levity positivity.
Yes.
There you go.
We're going to share that fabulous Randy Dorman Christmas intro, and this will put you in that holiday spirit early here in August. Here we go. Enjoy, everybody.
Wow. Where's my Kleenex?
That was really nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That look, Susan Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
Have the tears
She
flowing.
was there.
You know, she's one of the ones that was our major fans over the years and over 1,000 shows and stuff.
Nice.
Is that on CD anywhere? What that?
It's on my YouTube channel. There was a question that came up. What is my YouTube channel? It's Randy Gorman Music/Photography.
I'm a huge instrumental lover as well. And I have all kinds. I mean, from every genre you can think of, from the stuff that they used to play on the radio, the beautiful music, easy listening stuff, the Percy Faith and Henry Mancini's to jazz. And I even have a group on Facebook called Beautiful Instrumentals and Vocals Group. And a lot of people in the music industry, as well as collectors and fans and artists, are in that. But I started it in 2000 at Yahoo Groups. and people from all around the world, people from radio stations and Bonneville Broadcasting, and like all these different people who and musicians and conductors and writers and again, average everyday fans were in it. We moved it over to Facebook, but I actually have a climate controlled storage unit that I pay monthly for, that has, a lot of my career material, 3/4 inch tapes and 1/2 inch tapes and a lot of stuff I've done over the years in the career preserved there in climate control, demo reels and all. But a lot of it also has tons and tons of sealed LPs, buy one to play, buy the other one that's sealed, reel-to-reel tapes, cassettes galore, cassettes I made, as well as cassettes that were purchased, and just filled with all kinds of music. I'm a big music lover and aficionado and buff of all kinds of music. And there's times, predominantly for me, when I hear instrumental, it really speaks to me. The instruments take on a whole feeling. I can hear the same song 20 times in a row, sometimes when it's instrumental, and not get tired. Where if it's vocal, sometimes, 4 or 5 times is good, and then put it away, and then we'll bring it back out. But the instrumental, I interviewed somebody who was a cellist who went to Juilliard, and this was not for this show. This was the professional work. And the cellist was the guest. And I said, it was a radio show. And I said, I'm going to throw this out for you. And this might sound a little strange, but I just want to share it with you because you're a professionally trained cellist. I studied violin in school when I was a kid, doing guitar now. I can play piano by ear. Whenever I hear the cello, something about the warmth and the depth of the cello for me, and I love all instruments, but as far as what happens when I hear the cello, it could be in another room, and whenever I hear the cello, it stops me. It's like stops traffic for me, because I feel like a human connection to it. I feel like this heartfelt feeling. And I said, to me, it seems just the depth and warmth and the tonality of a cello, whenever I hear it, if the human heart was able to make a sound that replicated an instrument, for me, when I hear that almost somber, like sometimes sound of the cello, the heart would make that sound. The cellist said, makes sense to me. And I'm like, really? He said, yeah, because the cello, I think he said the cello is the instrument that is the closest in sound to the human voice. And that's why I'm making that connection with the cello, with humanity and the heart. He said we cello players, we know that it has that identity. So for me, whenever I hear the cello, and you hear it in Christmas music, and it just really, and then if you throw in a guitar and a flute and some other woodwinds and the piano, and then you're really getting
in
deep.
The spirit.
Yeah. Cello is a beautiful instrument too. All of them.
While we're on Christmas, I promised. What?
Hey, Carla.
Carla's watching.
Hi, Carla. Hi, Yaya.
Problems.
Hello, you.
We had a fabulous time, Carla, didn't we, the other
boy,
night?
That was just incredible. I love you, Yaya.
She signed up for Loverty Hall immediately.
Yeah, buddy.
Next picking party. Jessica wants to see you guys at Carrie and Sharon's next picking party.
Well, we were just going to tell you that we've been working with Karen and Sherry.
A few years ago, we went to a picking party at Sharon and Carrie Ford. Carrie is from San Angelo, Texas.
Which is my hometown.
Which is the hometown. And they played some of the original songs for a movie that we're trying to get greenlit. It's called When Santa Came to Sears.
It could be Light Up the Christmas Tree. It could be a whole lot of different things.
Yeah, and it's about Carrie's...
Like Sears department store?
Yes.
Which no longer exists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't miss that Sears wish book. So many
Yeah.
of my toys, my sister's toys, came out of the
Yes.
back of that Sears wish book.
Hmm. Well, this script, when Santa came to Sears, we might rename it. But there's 13 original songs, and Lulu Roman sang on it, on original
Billy
song.
Dean.
Billy Dean. Billy Dean read the script when y'all were in Europe.
You script in my face.
I'm sorry.
You're messing with
Where
his
are we?
light. You're
Where
messing
are
with
we?
his good light.
Billy Dean read the script and he says, "I want to play one of the parts." And we said, "Okay, you want to be executive producer?" Because we probably are looking about $1 million or $2 million to get this off the ground. We have the trailer already done. Lulu Roman is in the trailer.
She's a hoot.
She is such a great, great lady. I don't know if Lou's on or not, but her book just came out, Lulu Roman from Hee Haw. And that's what else is happening as far as keeping.
Yeah.
We are all in this together.
Yes,
and
we
the more
are.
we can inspire. When Carrie Ford was growing up in San Angelo, this is when Lincoln Logs and popcorn and Sears. Well,
Oh,
the guy that played Santa.
And the Winnie the Pooh section they used to have.
Yes, yep, the Winnie the Pooh section, and of course the Sears catalog. But
The candy counter.
the guy that played Santa at Sears comes back as a homeless man in this script.
Wow.
And it's the kind of a
Sounds very
script that will bring you to tears, make you laugh because it's fun, and the music is incredible. So we're looking to have a green light.
This has to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be green lighted. Yeah. No, we need a lot of that kind of material.
Mhm.
You know, everything these days is, I was talking about it last night actually with the guest. Everything is so raw and reality based now. Everything is in your face. And daydreaming and fantasizing and all of that has sort of been pushed aside. Like we don't have time to daydream or fantasize. Or some of the most incredible things that have ever been created is when people daydreamed and fantasized and, you know, took times like this and became entrepreneurs and became extra creative. I've said even with this time we're going through now that I don't want to return to normal. I want to go to better. I hope that we go out of this more empathetic, kinder, friendlier, loving, listen to each other more. We're less divisive. We bring things together. You know, I'm a Libra, so we're balance and harmony. We're always looking to balance.
That's my moon sign, Libra.
Harmonize and balance. We take this extreme and this extreme, and we're usually not extreme.
Right.
And try to bring people to the table and say, look, we're not going to get everything we want. The world doesn't work that way. But if we can at least each get a piece of the pie, then the world will continue to spin on its axis in the way that it should.
Right.
So, you know, I'm hoping that I think, and I said this a couple of times on this show and just in regular conversation, I think that what we're experiencing now is something quite unique. It combination of the divine, the earth, and Mother Nature coming together and saying, you know what? We gave you this beautiful life. We gave all of you this gorgeous planet.
And love.
You people are fouling it up. There's all of this chaos and violence and hatred, and everybody's chasing buzz and bling and superficial nonsense. You know, everybody's got their head stuck in the cell phone. So we were already social distancing before we had to social distance. Because you go to a diner and 4 people are there and nobody's talking. They're all texting somebody that they don't care about who's on social media, showing pictures of their grilled cheese sandwich. When you've got your loved one right there, you can split the sandwich with them or something. So now we have to social distance. Nobody likes it. So it's a little bit of a taste of, you know, the direction I think we were going in. And, you know, there's hurricanes and floods and fires and tornadoes and all these things that go on.
Violence.
That didn't do the trick. It had to be something global. It affected everybody, from the pandemic to the economy to civil unrest to the natural disasters and storms. And it's got everybody thinking now, maybe, you know, we need to come together and we got to have more love and we got to be in this together. And I've always thought that way. And now I think it was this combination of divine earth and Mother Nature saying, no like. I'm going to shake things up. Let's see if you people rise from the ashes better for it. That's my hope.
Yeah,
absolutely. And pick up the channel changer and put it on the Hallmark station and watch something beautiful Christmas.
That's right. That movie,
or just beautiful.
That movie has to be. We got to green light that movie. Absolutely, that movie.
It's really sensational, and the songs itself will bring tears and laughter.
My Optimistic Annie.
Well, of course, it's a choice.
Linda, finally here from Florida. Good evening, Mr. Lovely. Good evening, everybody. Had my youngest daughter's birthday party. Finally made it. We waited for you, Linda, in Florida.
We waited for you, Linda.
If you missed anything, you can see the archive at Jim Masters TV. The whole episode is there. But I have another video here. Now, this one is Timeline 1, it's titled. Okay. Want to play it? We'll talk about it after?
I guess. I don't know what it is yet.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2,
it works.
Candid camera.
Oh, it's Macy.
And I'm going to do 2 claps when we start, and then you can go.
And this will be your clapper.
A part of it.
Yeah, we don't know how that one got there. I don't know how that got into your folder.
Yeah, got into that folder. There's something going on there, or
well, we were getting ready to do. Yeah, what that was happening there was we were getting ready to have Pepper J's production do an interview
with Macy
Ruggiero, one of the girls.
That was a little teaser. There was a little teaser. Now we want more, right?
I have no idea how. That's not in my folder that I sent you.
It's amazing, huh? I don't know how we got it.
Yeah, well,
attached to it or something. Here's another cool shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is a composite that I did. I took this picture back in backstage in Indiana of Kenny, and the beaded building there is in Birmingham, England, and I composited the two of them together.
Really nice. And again, those of you that are just joining us are talking to fabulous people, wonderful couple, legends in the music industry, as well as photography, Ann and Randy Dorman, coming live and direct from their beautiful home in Tennessee. And they've worked for decades with the man you see on the screen there, Kenny Rogers, and many, many others that they've also influenced and continue to influence. Another great shot here.
That's me when I was about 5 years old.
Wow. Are you with Dad and brothers, or?
Well, no, that's John Wayne.
Oh, that's John Wayne. Wow.
We were actually there to watch. My dad was flying the rushes back and forth from San Antonio out to the, and he was flying a lot of people. That was when they were filming the Alamo.
And that's Mama Bear.
And that's my mother, and I'm standing in front of my mom, and that's John Wayne and my brother Rick.
And Ricky, look at little Ricky.
What a shot that is! The original little Ricky.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's the Truman Capote, which we saw as well, and the Johnny Carson, which was fantastic as well. There's a couple more here too that we saw that you sent. You have just a wonderful bevy of so much material.
I'm sorry, I overloaded you, didn't I?
No, it's nice when you get a chance to really look at all of this. And you look back, of course, this James Ingram, of course, the incredible James Ingram, wonderful voice, great talent as well. Linda says himself, that's right, the Duke. You got him going on the Hallmark movies, Ann.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, they love Hallmark. Absolutely.
It's a choice.
Absolutely. Christine says these pandemic days are definitely bringing the creative side out of most of us, especially artists, musicians doing brilliant virtual shows, composing deep, meaningful, unbelievably fabulous songs.
Yes.
Absolutely. And
they go on the Kenny Rogers band. There's Wycliffe Jones.
Oh, yeah, in Jamaica.
If they go on KennyRogersBand.com, we did a tribute to Kenny after his passing with Don Gatlin, so they can see that and some promo stuff of a show that we had done.
Oh, that's nice. That's a great shot. When was this?
That was in the Bermuda when Quincy Jones.
Oh, I thought it was Jamaica.
No, that was Bermuda.
It's Wycliffe, yeah. And there's Wanda.
Wycliffe, Gene, right? Wycliffe. Quincy Jones is just absolutely incredible. You know, his body of work as well, the amount of work and theme music and so much more. There was a theme for a movie. You don't really see it that much, but it was a movie that came out in the 60s that starred Sidney Poitier. Carol O'Connor was in it. It was called For Love of Ivy.
Yes.
Yeah, great movie.
Oh,
and
gorgeous.
he penned that theme, and it was really in his early days and really fantastic, prolific.
Well, I called Kenny on his, oh, look, Marty.
Marty's Superlatives 5. Where was this one?
That was at the Hall of Fame when Kenny was being inducted.
In the Hall of Fame. And then the CD. Faith.
I shot that CD cover for him down at a church here in Immaculate Conception.
That was beautiful. I love carrying Randy's camera bag for that one.
How would you describe for people, you know, I've met him and he was nothing more than warm and generous and terrific. But for people who they never met, obviously, Kenny Rogers.
I always say,
Kenny.
I always say what you see on TV is what he is in person.
Absolutely.
Authentic, real.
Authentic.
Absolutely. He never changed his persona to be something as a star and then did something else. That was him. Whatever you saw, that was him.
Had a great sense of humor. I called him on his 80th birthday, and I started kind of singing happy birthday, and I didn't finish it. And he goes, finish it. And I said, I can't sing, you know. And so I said, Kenny, have you ever thought of being the Quincy Jones of country music and garnering young, talented people up? And he goes, isn't that what you and Randy do? And I said, yeah, but our name's not Kenny Rogers. He said, I endorsed your school in Virginia Beach. I will endorse anyone that you embrace in what you do at Scenic Ridge. And he says,
in the sense of,
you
know, being supportive of us doing it,
and
not necessarily making them superstars because
no. But the other thing that he did say was, haven't I already lent my band to Lucas Siliberti? And because he would always have that wonderful, genuine sense of humor to say.
It's more sarcasm.
Well, no. No. He was quick-witted to say, well, I lent him my band, you know, for this song or did this song or something, but he was always so kind-natured.
Yeah.
As when I met him in 68 with the first edition, he would check in from time to time, you know. He'd just say, hey, Annie, what condition's your condition in?
Yeah.
And I, of course, you know, I could confide in him in everything, you know, even a failed marriage or whatever was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was one of the reasons he matched Randy and I in 1991, because I had been single 10 years. And when he called me in Virginia Beach, he says, how far are you from Richmond, Virginia? And I said, oh, an hour and a half. He goes, well, remember my guitar player, Randy Dorman? I said, yeah, how's Randy doing? He could really use some cheering up. So I said, front row tickets. And he says, yes. And I went and I told Randy, I said, I'm here to cheer you up. And that's when it all really started.
I moved your fish tank. What can I say?
I think you moved more than that.
Yes, he sure did.
You rocked her world.
Yeah, there you go.
Amen.
Fish tank.
Yeah.
So looking at all these fabulous photos and videos and hearing these incredible stories and your early beginnings and then how you guys met, what are some of the true blessings and joys in your life that keep those creative juices flowing and keep the inspiration going? Obviously, this year we're all being tested, but is it the strength of the love between the two of you that allows the both of you to continue to share with all of us all of this incredible music and beautiful photography and performance and artistry and mentorship and all the things you guys are doing and are known for? Is it the love of the relationship along with just counting your blessings daily? Yeah.
Amen.
It's definitely counting blessings daily, but at the same time, if you don't look to yourself, look into yourself all the time and always want to look out and help others,
That's right.
then you're going to step up. And like I said, it's probably more joyful for us to have someone we worked with have success than it is our own success that we've accomplished over the years.
I don't know if you watched the Richard Foster documentary, and I was amazed at, the people that he's helped, Celine Dion and Michael Bublé, and he pretty much said it all. It was a joy and a thrill to him to see them come up and receive awards. And that's kind of how it is with us too, isn't it? Every morning I get up and I write down 3 things I'm thankful for, and you were one today, and 3 people I need to pray for, and just ask God to illuminate our path with everyone that we meet. How can we help them? Because we've had many great mentors and teachers. How can we help grow this kingdom on earth? How can we really make a difference? And I'm getting all teary-eyed now.
Okay.
You take over.
No,
You're getting teary-eyed. That means I've done my job.
You have, you stinker.
That's it.
Love it.
John Michael Ferrari, motivational singer. Randy and Annie are blessings to all they meet. Maggie, music. They are my beautiful blessings. When you hear, they have a beautiful life together. Mm-hmm. When you hear these kinds of words from people whose lives that you've touched and continue to touch, and there's, you're talking about 5 decades, a lot of people, a lot of interaction, people that you've never even met who have been touched by the work, the influences of working with Kenny Rogers all those years and so many others. What does that, what happens to you when you see this sort of love coming back, the love that's put out coming back to both of you from people who truly notice and appreciate and care about what you guys do and what you're standing for and what you're all about?
It's a confirmation of when you let go and let God, that God will return the blessings. And you just try to release the gift that he's given us. We release it to those, and like Annie says, light the candle by it, and the wisdom that we've had over the years.
Through all the chapters.
Through all the
when
chapters.
One chapter ends, another just begins.
So that's all, and
cherish every single day.
We just try to give them the tools necessary to, make them capable of moving to the next step. And it may not be us that makes that step for them, but we've given them a tool by which they can utilize that and, maybe meet somebody else that can take them further than what we've been able to.
Paying it forward.
Yeah.
In a beautiful way, paying it forward and appreciating it and realizing the blessings and joys. And that's what it's all about. This was extraordinary, as I knew it would be.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
My pleasure. And I appreciate all of the amount of time, and Linda joining us late. Go back and watch this one. You're going to love this one. God bless you, Ann and Randy from Linda in Florida, Kathleen in New York City. Lovely couple.
My brother and his wife went to bed. We stayed up too late.
Just never run out of chapters. I like that.
Oh, very good, Maggie.
Chapters. And like the soap opera says, these are the days of our lives.
These are the days of our
Renee,
lives.
who went through a Dorico hurricane storm in Iowa just to make sure she was here tonight with no power and everything else. Very nice meeting you tonight.
Yes.
Bless you, bless
Thank you. Bless you.
Look, they're still up.
Oh, they're still up. Look
They're
at
still
them.
up. Look at them.
Way to go, girl.
Thank you, Ann and Randy. God bless.
Thank you.
Say
So
good night,
much.
Gracie.
Good night.
Garth.
Let's get together, Garth.
Good night.
Hey, there's our girl.
They are salt of the earth's people. I love them, as you are, Carla, as well.
Yes, you are, yeah.
Pepper, is that the nickname?
Yeah. We're yeah sisterhood.
Yeah, sisterhood.
Productions, we love you, my friends. You're all part of Lovity Hall here at the Jim Masters Show Live.
Right.
Fred Rogers said, take 10 seconds to think of the people who helped you in life every so often. Yeah.
Yes.
That was one of the first shows that I worked on with public television, was raising support for Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street and all those shows, those great children's shows. I learned so much more about you, wonderful couple.
Thanks, Dwight.
Thanks, Dwight. Back at you.
When I had Dwight on, people said the same thing about Dwight, that knew Dwight. They were like, I learned so much more about Dwight, and I've known Dwight for years.
Same thing with Carla.
Carla, that's why you learn more.
Wow.
I like to get to the core, because, kind of like the Dick Cavett style, maybe you get to the core, but because you don't see that happening anymore.
Yeah.
People have been saying, some of the viewers and others, bringing back the art of conversation.
Absolutely.
Art of conversation.
And love.
Yeah, that's what it is. Good night, all. So enjoyable. Maryland and Wichita, Kansas, another great. Have you been to Wichita?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been to all 50 states and most cities in each state.
And a lot of countries.
A lot of countries.
Blessed, yeah.
Danilo wishes you the best from San Diego. And thank you, Dwight. I appreciate that for that comment there. Very nice of you to say.
You are. You're really terrific.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. I was telling Marilyn when I was on a TV shoot, thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. Now I got to get to Nashville quick.
You better. We'll leave the light on.
That's it. That's it. And a slice of pie on the kitchen table.
You betcha. Homemade.
That's beautiful.
Sister-in-law couldn't ask for a better or more wonderful family. Well, you're a heart of it too.
Yes, you are.
Beautiful evening, allowing Ann and Randy to go down memory lane and realize how much of a difference we all make in people's lives. It's allowed the Lovities to learn their career life and love a true Lovity night. You like when I sport this hat, don't you? Or your favorite one. Thank you, Danilo in San Diego as well, and Jessica. I was mentioning that when I was in Wichita, chicken soup. Yes. I love soup. I'm a soup guy. Casserole.
You betcha. We'll put it on.
We've got a thing called Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Yes, sir.
Fixed for when musicians come here to record and stuff.
Catering is good at Scenic Ridge.
That's
nice
right.
Services, right?
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite things, people ask if God said you're going to go on an island and live on that island alone, and he's going to give you one thing that you're going to eat for the rest of the time that you're on this island, what would it be? And I said, well, the Irish part of me says mashed potatoes. Good, solid comfort food.
There you go.
I love comfort food. And John says loves Annie's soup.
There you go. Yeah, you've had it.
Chicken soup for the soul. Yeah, it's kind of like I put a whole chicken with the skin and all in a crock pot. Cook it all day.
It's great. The meat is tender and everything sort of.
Oh yeah.
Juices and the whole. So when I was in Wichita, we were on another TV shoot, and I was interviewing a nurse and professor at Wichita State University, and it was about prenatal and birthing, and it was really interesting. I learned a lot, and we went to this really cool diner, and I was telling Marilyn from Wichita, we went to this really cool diner in Wichita. Everybody said, you've got to go to this place because anybody who's anybody goes to this diner, and it's right in the center of Wichita. Nice family owned it and operated, and they're still there. This was only a few years ago. It's called the Doo-Dah Diner. Like
Doodah.
zippity doodah. The do.
Yes.
Now I thought they meant, you mean like you're saying like do the diner? Do the diner. Like a New York cabbie would say. Do the diner.
Right.
But they're like, no, it's like zippity doodah, doodah diner.
Doodah.
So we're in there and we're having a really good sort of, I mean, I don't know. Kansas really isn't Southern, right? It's more Midwestern, but it was like a hearty Southern breakfast, the sausage and the biscuits and the gravy. And fortunately, the shoot was already done the day before, gaining a little weight with that breakfast. And these women come in to the diner dressed to the nines. I mean, they were ready for Hollywood for a Randy Dorman photo shoot. So they're dressed to the nines, and they're putting all the tables together in the middle of the Doodah Diner, and they're getting all seated, and it's like this whole big, like a conference, earrings, makeup, jewelry, pocketbooks, best of the best in the Doodah Diner. So we're eating our breakfast, camera guy and myself, and the waitress comes over like, what's going on? Is there something special? Is there a convention? All these women are coming in and they're sitting they're putting all the tables together in the center of this diner, and they're all talking and laughing and meeting. And they said, oh, no. Those women come here every morning. They get dressed to the nines. They come in, they put the tables together in the middle of the diner, and they think that they are the real housewives of Wichita.
Yes, sir.
They're telling who's divorcing who and who left who, and gossip about this one. And now and they get all dressed up, and they feel that they are the real housewives of Wichita. It was really cool to see that.
Wow.
Rick Dorman says it's not his bedtime until 9 p.m.
Okay, well, there you go.
And here on the East Coast, you'd be in bed.
Yeah.
Kirsten and Michael in British Columbia, Canada. Very enjoyable afternoon, now evening. Thank you for these enjoyable guests. It has been delightful. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. You need to come to Nash Vegas and do your show.
Yes, you do.
I like that.
Put that on your dream board.
That's going to be on that dream board.
Okay.
Jim, come to Annie and Randy's house so I can meet you. I love that. A couple of people also noticed, because people notice everything, and really liked and commented the arm around Ann, the love that they've noticed that. And that's a beautiful thing. People don't even do that anymore.
I'm just trying to keep her out of my light.
Right. Right. That's it. That is funny. Well, guys, this was really extra special and a blessing.
I gotta show you my phone.
Oh, let's see that.
Here, let me see if I can get it to where you can. I don't know. It's a lot of. There it is. Be the star that you are.
Be the star you are, Jim.
Be the star you are. I love that.
Be the star you are, and yeah, think about a dream board. You know, I'd love to help you put one together for this next chapter of our lives.
Rick loves the birthday wishes and that we sang happy birthday for everybody on the show. Anybody missed that? Go back in the archive at Jim Masters TV. We actually did a trifecta singing happy birthday to everybody.
We can sing.
Yeah, I tell you, we can sing. Absolutely. Guys, thanks again. It was a pleasure. I hope it met all your expectations, and I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I did with you, both of you.
Absolutely. It was sensational. I mean,
so easy.
We covered a lot of different areas of our lives, and we appreciate your ease by which to do this.
Oh boy,
it was sensational.
Positivity
and levity.
On the Jim Master Show Live.
On the Jim Master Show.
Yes.
That's it. And Christine says, I like that. Be the star you are. Merlin in Canada, still with us on YouTube, on Jim Masters TV. A pleasure. And sounds like that movie with Diane Keaton, Goldie Hawn, Bette Midler, The Ex-Wives Club, or something like that. Great movie with the women gathering at the Doodah Diner.
Yeah, the Doodah Diner. Maggie Terry. Maggie's still up. She's a night person. Yeah, check her YouTube and Macy's and Lucas's, and
Lucas Celebrity, YouTube. All of them have YouTube channels now. Macy Ruggiero, Ruggiero. Maggie Perry's music. Everybody's. Those are our kids.
And don't forget AnnDorman.com, RandyDorman.com.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
You put those things in the link.
He's humble. He's humble.
Every day's Christmas and Hanukkah too. Let's get the Christmas spirit going now.
Yes, good luck. Keep me posted with the movie. That sounds like something we need, and we need pronto.
Yes.
You know, that would be really, really nice. So
it's maybe I can send you the script. You like to read scripts, or do you have time?
In my business, scripts all the time. Yeah,
okay,
absolutely. Yeah,
well, we'll get it to you.
Sure,
love
baby.
And can't wait till that Christmas CD comes out too.
Yeah,
that, you know.
We'll shoot you a little note saying, "Hey, it's up and running."
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
It's going to be awesome.
It's been a joy.
Right. Love you, my guys, my friends,
my
buddies.
God bless you.
Wonderful having you on the show, and you be well. You stay safe, stay healthy, and keep those creative juices flowing.
Will do.
You too.
Night. Thanks for all the time. It was really terrific. Appreciate it.
No worries. It just went by in a heartbeat in a minute.
That's it. In a New York minute.
That's it.
Get that soup on the stove. I'm coming.
Okay.
Right. Have a good night. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Wonderful people, huh? Absolutely. Now you got a chance to really learn a little bit more about them and their incredible careers and their passion, their love for each other, and how important that continues to flourish. 29 years working with the legendary Kenny Rogers for decades as well. That is really a feather in the cap, and getting a chance to hear about, you know, what Kenny was really like, and so many of the other artists that they had the incredible opportunity to work with, legends in the music industry, and terrific artists that they're sort of mentoring and guiding and working with now as well. Randy, a prolific, producer and developer of artists, as well as Ann, and photographer. Beautiful studios they have there as well in Tennessee. AnnDorman.com, RandyDorman.com. Check that out. And beautiful photos too. His photos, he's got a really good eye. I take a lot of photos myself, so his eye is really, really something. But their heart is even bigger than their eyes. Although sometimes my mother has said your eyes are bigger than your stomach when you put too much on your plate. So we loved having them here. And again, it was wonderful having an opportunity to celebrate their lives and their music and their contributions to music and to society as well. American culture. Everybody says good night. And yes, yep. Kenny was a nice guy. Absolutely. Good night. Have a good night all. We need Christmas. You know, it was really nice I have a friend named Joyce who just lost her husband a week ago of early onset Alzheimer's. Dear family friend. We're all still mourning that. She listens to Christmas music in July and August. Whenever she needs a lift, she listens to Christmas music. Guess what? She's not alone. I do too. I'll pull out Christmas music all the time. Not necessarily some of the stuff that you're hearing on the radio in the store now. A lot of that real good stuff, the traditional Christmas stuff that we always enjoyed, and we need Christmas, absolutely. Thank you very much, Marilyn. Appreciate it. If you go into the Doodah Diner, tell them Jim Masters, who was there, says hello, and we love our friends at the Doodah Diner. Yes, very nice couple, wonderful people. Good night. Linda, you'll love this episode if you go check it out on YouTube. Night, Jim. Take care of you, Merlin, as well in Canada. Don't forget, everybody, exceptional evening altogether. Thanks, Jim. Thank you very much as well. Loved having you here, Christine. Don't forget, we always say relax, love one another, take care of one another, breathe from the diaphragm. You know, not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day is, scripted like a Hollywood movie. But if you remember to breathe, relax, take care of one another, love one another, be kind, empathetic, life will continue, and maybe in a more pleasant way. So relax. And believe me, sometimes I have to remind myself to do that as well. And as we always say, I might be the star of the show, the host, the executive producer, right? but I think you guys are the stars. You and you and you and you and you. All the lovelies out there on the Jim Masters Show Live. Again, this show is still a work in progress. We're fine-tuning, we're growing, we're tweaking. It's really unique, the amount of time we spend, on live like this, and we do it 7 nights a week. Did I sign up for 7 nights a week? Am I nuts? No. It's a joy and it's a blessing. And yes, Christmas movies and music, of course. We're going to sign off. A toast to all of you. Thanks for your love and lovity and loyalty. Continue to spread the word. Love that YouTube channel. Give it a good subscribe, Jim Masters TV, and click notifications. It's funny, I work in television and radio, and I never thought I'd be telling people to subscribe to a YouTube channel, but that's what you do now. So subscribe, hit that red button. And the Facebook page is Jim Masters TV. Give it some love if you like. Give it some love if you like. And Instagram, Jim Masters TV, and Twitter, Jim Masters TV. So, LOL. Oh, I know. You're wondering if I'm going to do a pop-up show tomorrow, right? Do you know if there's an interactive viewer show? I've got to consult with my people. Afternoon or late morning, if even a mini version, you want me to do a pop-up. We have a show tomorrow night with Cuneo. I want to let you know, if I do a pop-up show, if I'm not still sleeping, I will post it on the Facebook page of Jim Masters TV. I just want to let you know before we head out that tomorrow night we have an amazing guest. This is Cuneo. He's a brilliant singer, actor, dancer, and he sells out wherever he goes. He's tomorrow night live here exclusively on the Jim Masters Show. For years, part of the group Under the Street Lamp, which you've probably seen on public television. I interviewed him and met him originally then. He's terrific. The incredible Lloyd Kaufman. Do you know he was in Rocky? He's a prolific and legendary film director, producer, screenwriter. Isn't that a cool picture? He's here on Monday night, Tuesday, America's Got Talent 6th season winner. This is Landau Eugene Murphy Jr. He's going to perform live too. He's going to perform this Tuesday. Now, if you're watching this episode in the archives, some of these episodes may have already happened, so you can scroll through on YouTube at Jim Masters TV to check it out. So he's with us Tuesday from America's Got Talent. Of course, he has his own brilliant career as a wonderful jazz singer and so much more. He hails originally from West Virginia. And this one's really cool. I don't know how David Malik did this one, the professional magician, an entertainer, beloved across the country and in Vegas and more. This is pretty cool. I don't know how, there's no other background. It's just him. He just sort of pops on the screen. And there he is. He's going to be here Wednesday night. Professional magician and entertainer David Malik this Wednesday here on the Jim Masters Show Live. And I'm just going to disappear. And now it's just David. I don't know how he did that, but that's amazing. That is Wednesday night. We thank once again our wonderful guests, Randy and Ann Dorman. They are truly passionate, enthusiastic, and true lovedies in all the different ways you could possibly think. And it was a blessing to have them on the show. And it's a blessing to have you with us every night as well here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We're going to get ready to wrap up. A couple more comments here. Definitely a fabulous lineup all week. Very exciting. Thank you very much, Christine. We know you have a live show every night now, each and every night. Maybe have a timer, make it a mini. Boy, you really want me back? I have the show tonight, the show tomorrow night. You really want more of me in the afternoon tomorrow? Okay, we'll see if we can do a pop-up of some kind, and maybe I'll do it like I did last time. It was casual. I had my cup of coffee, and we were just chatting. I'll post it on the Facebook page tomorrow if we end up doing something like that. You got your power back at the church, so you have your service there in Iowa tomorrow. No more working in your car. The Lord listened and spoke, and you got your power back in the church in Iowa there. Kathleen, my friend, thank you very much. Really cool to see you as well. I hope your mom is okay and everything's doing well. And you and I need to get back on the Rachel Ray show. Remember when we were on Rachel Ray? That was a cool day in New York. God bless you, Renee, sending prayers as well. for the power and the destruction in Iowa. Thank you very much. And love you guys. We're going to take off for now. It's after 10 o'clock. Wow. It's like Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. We can almost celebrate the next day. You guys are a blessing, a joy. Continue to share the links, have watch parties, tag, share, all that fun stuff. And let's continue to build this show into what we would love it to be. As I say, I love the ocean, living here along the coast. On the East Coast, we're very lucky. And we'll be at the coast tomorrow morning. Got to get over to that ocean. We're about 7 blocks from the Long Island Sound. And the Long Island Sound is between Long Island, New York, and Connecticut. And it's beautiful and peaceful. And this picture actually is on the south shore of Long Island, New York. That's Robert Moses State Park and Beach on the South Shore. And that's the Atlantic Ocean right there. And that's my lovely spot is when we're near the ocean. We're here in North Carolina, have had no power with the storm. Thoughts for Renee and all with no power and prayers for each of us all day. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Marilyn in Wichita. Christine in Connecticut, night. Thank you, Jim. My pleasure as well. So you guys, you take care. It's always a blessing. It's always a pleasure to have you here. We always have our long goodbyes here. Don't forget to smile. Remember to smile and be good to one another. You guys take care and be good to one another, all right? And if you can, share some love and some lovity from your host, Jim Masters here. All right, gang, we're going to take off. Thanks to everybody. I think Willie and Holland went to bed. And again, we thank our very special guests, Ann and Randy Dorman, and all of the viewers today and everybody on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. We're going to say goodnight, have a little snack, and don't know what we're going to have. There is a little ice cream in the freezer. I think we might have some ice cream. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Jim Masters, thank you for your time this time. Till next time, there's still a lot of people there. I see them watching. I hate saying goodbye, but we'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're here every night, live with different shows and something for everybody. It's not a show that's just one topic. It's something for everybody, like a traditional entertainment lifestyle talk show series would be. So hopefully, if you tested the waters tonight, you'll be with us in the future. I'll be here, and I hope you are too. From Masters Central here on the Jim Masters Show Live, for all of us, we say thank you very much for coming, and we hope you enjoyed the time with us tonight. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, you can see all the episodes in the archives at Jim Masters TV. One more. There's always one more last one, and it's Linda Odell in Florida. Thanks, Linda. We appreciate it. You have a good night there in the Sunshine State, and we'll see you. And another one. Renee is left speechless. Carla. Oh, we have to get Carla. Carla, you're still here. Thank you. Watching in South America in beautiful Brazil. Thank you, Carla. We love you, Carla. If we're in Brazil, hopefully we'll see you. If you come to America, hopefully we'll see you there, here in America. Thanks for watching and enjoying as well. Pamela Perkle, Kansas City, good night. Good to see you as well. Renee probably posted so fast that her comment didn't go through. And same thing with Linda. Either that or there's been so much love tonight that Linda and Renee are speechless. Sometimes I think when you post fast, the comment doesn't show. It's weird, isn't it? Lovity wins. A word we stumbled on was meant to be here on the show. Thanks, gang. We love you all. Thanks for all the comments, all the support, all the lovity tonight. Randy and Ann certainly loved it as well. And you guys are always so gracious to the guests. And I like showing your comments so they know that you guys are really appreciative of everything we do here at the show. A lot of work goes into the show, a lot of work, but it's worth it. We get to hang out together on the Jim Master Show Live. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Oh my God. Whew. I'm going to put my feet up. Good night, gang. See you tomorrow. Right here. Same bat channel. Jim Master Show Live. Good night.
Thank you.